Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Los Angeles 2120. I am your GM, Eric Campbell, and this is the season finale of Callisto 6. What a season it's been. We're not going to spend too much time at the top of the episode here because we got a bit of a recap to give back, and we got a big episode to get through. So before we begin, not to get too sentimental, but I love playing with you guys so much.
The feeling is 100% mutual,
much.
Eric.
Yep. This has been the best gaming group I've ever had, and I love you guys. This has been such a great season. It's just so blessed to be able to play with you guys, and thank you for letting me run stories and tell tales and stuff like that. I'm new to comics. Like I hadn't read comics since Jim Lee finished his run on X-Men. That was a while ago. I should say his first run because I'm sure he's done some since then. I don't know, but it was back when it rebooted. No.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
He runs DC now.
Yeah, right.
Amy's all New England.
The point is I was a little nervous about undertaking this because I'm sci-fi guy. Like comics was kind of new for me, but the basic was pretty much the same. Just focused on humanity and telling a good story, and I knew I could find that with you guys, and I did. So it's been a lot of fun. So thank you so much for this season. And yeah, does anybody have anything they want to say real quick before we get started tonight into our finale?
D6 lives forever.
Yeah, damn straight.
Never.
All right. Well, if there's anything else.
I have a quick announcement.
Yeah.
While we're away from Callisto 6 Cyberpunk Superheroes, please check us out online, Ripley Improv, because we are, and now this will have come out after the announcement is made, our fall season of improvised narrative genre improv shows is called Encounter, and it's inspired by our namesake Ripley, so from the Alien movies. It's also inspired by Annihilation, Arrival, so it's like females who are scientists and military and, just like great minds who are encountering the unknown. So I don't think we're going to put any shows online, but we're putting a lot of content out that's just like Q&As about like our characters that we're going to be playing in the shows and the inspiration behind this genre. I'm telling you, even if you can't come see a show, follow us because it's really, really interesting stuff. And we're also going to be coordinating with a lot of real life female scientists on this, the whole thing. So I'm super excited about it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually have a quick announcement.
What's up?
Because we're in the future, and now I can say this. September 10th, which I think is a few days ago, on a Tuesday, was the launching date of the Library Bard's new album, Bombarded!
That's a big announcement.
Yeah, so our new album is out. Check it out on everywhere that albums are there. And fun fact, we have a Klingon song in the album, and our own Sam DeLove helped with the chorus lyrics because Xander and I were in the booth having a brain fart, and we're like, who can help us with Klingon lyrics?
It's really
Just picturing the two of you like sipping Chardonnay going, would you care for a brain fart today? Yes, I think so.
Yes, we're sitting here in the booth. Who could we call upon? Sam DeLove would
I
do.
say, we should have Sam DeLev come in.
I say Kapla. I say Kapla.
I am mildly acquainted with Klingons.
Yes. So there are a few lines in our Klingon song that Sam DeLove has graciously contributed to. And
Ain't no mountain. Can't sing.
Can't sing that. Can't sing that.
What's that?
I said, can't sing that.
it's actually to Aerosmith.
Sing what?
Dream
Nothing.
On. Actually,
Yeah.
it's to Dream On by Aerosmith. Thank you very much.
yeah.
Klingon.
All right.
Anyway.
Unless there's anything else. Yes, Sam?
With my favorite people in the world. I've gotten a game with you all forever. And now we're gonna go destroy some villains, mess up some corporations.
Yeah!
Get excited!
Right. We're all going to die. Okay.
To die is an honor.
Without further ado then, folks, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's season finale of Callisto 6.
as more occurrences of these strange power outages occur. The Callisto 6, resolved to recover their beloved teammate Anton, have chosen a course of action that will bring them face to face with their arch-nemesis at last. After the discovery that Oya's device can be used to breach the wall that separates dimensions, they devise a strategy to use the ambient Callisto energy that has begun to form in the city as a means of staging a rescue. In order to find the energy required, however, they will need to journey into the mouth of the lion, the lair of Vunkus, miles below the surface of Los Angeles. Launching the most dangerous mission they have undertaken together, they portal into the inner sanctum of their foe with Lacey's help. Just as they began to gain control of the situation, Kylan Kraus arrives to confront them, displaying horrifying power that they have never seen before. Power that is put on display when Kraus kills Duke with a single strike. Now, the Callisto 6 are in the battle of their lives. The clock is ticking, and there is no turning back. They must save Anton and put an end to the machinations of Vunkus once and for all, or die in the attempt. This is Hakeem Sophia. Rest easy, Los Angeles.
Welcome back. Let's jump into our recap. Last episode, you all decided to pull the trigger on taking the fight to Vunkus. You discovered the lair of your archenemy deep within the bowels of downtown corporate Los Angeles. The 4 great spires that have loomed over your heads like oppressive villains themselves all of this time are actually have been revealed to be something of a beacon or a channeling spot for ambient radiant energy, also known as the Callisto energy source. It is being used as a collective to essentially power or battery what will be a dimensional gateway, supposedly to bring Vunkus from another reality or another dimension into this one. Further evidence would suggest that whatever Vunkus is stepping into this reality probably intends to inhabit the body that you've all witnessed in a corpse-like state hooked up to electronics and machinery down in the bowels of this corporate Los Angeles area. But all of that is secondary to getting Anton back. That can come next. Saving the world that's next. Right now, you've all teleported, thanks to Lacey. The group of the Callisto 6 has portaled into the essentially the upper deck area of Fletcher Kraus, also known as Vunkus's lair. And you were near the channeling device that was supposed to funnel dimensional energies using the Callisto energy in order to open that gateway. Everything was going okay until Kylan Kraus arrived. And when Kylan Kraus arrived, he was acting very unusual, and Luma was able to sense that this was not the Kylan Kraus you remember. Duke, who was the fiery NPC, an ally of yours, formerly an enemy, a young woman with a lot of anger issues and who just wanted a good fight. She charged Kylan, and it resulted in her death, her immediate death. After a brutal strike, Kylan sent her to the ground, broken, and you all watched her die twice as her clone crumbled in front of you in terror. And ever since then, you've been all in the fight of your lives, while Moonlight is channeling the Callisto energy as Oya is trying to use this VR gateway to reach across the dimensions and open a channel to Anton, if you can find him, which you did. You've located Anton. You know he's there. And you've just initiated the final push to throw open that gateway and get Anton back. You just need a little more time. Unfortunately, Kylan has spotted Moonlight, realizing who Moonlight is and what Moonlight is doing, has turned his attentions completely away from those who you would think immediately focus on, particularly Oya or Luma. Now his hungry gaze has fallen onto Moonlight, and she is his number one target and has started stomping towards her with determination. Cass immediately threw herself in front of him and has engaged him in melee combat, and as that was taking place, Hops, you are displaying radical new powers, electricity flying everywhere as
Finally, I get to fly! Everyone else
got to fly.
But combat has been wearing everyone down. To stay one step ahead of this beast, this creature in Kylan's body, who you are all beginning to realize is Vunkost himself. How that's possible, you don't know. There are some theories. It could be this is where Vunkost has been housing themselves this whole time. Or this is this reality's Vunkost that has channeled themselves here. Hard to say. Either way, the being you know as Kylan Kraus either never existed or has gone final form. All you know is that you're on the fight of your lives right now. And everything hinges upon Moonlight and Oya getting the job done. After that, you can deal with what's in front of you and what the repercussions might be from opening that portal. And that is where we start tonight's season finale. If you remember, we were on Luma's turn.
Yeah.
So it has fallen to you. You have watched the being Kylan in that immaculate white silk suit with the black undershirt, red tie, shattered glasses across his face. He's taken hit after hit, and he has not gone down. Little bit of saliva dribbling out of the side of his mouth, making him look like a rabid animal. That's just... The look in his eyes when he takes the hit, the wolfish smile that he beams back every time he receives pain, is off-putting. You've watched Cass throw one of her hardest punches ever at this guy. His head rolled to the side and he didn't go down. And he is quickly approaching your area where you are at.
Yeah.
You've managed to use your powers to make things a little more difficult for him. There's a beacon of light just shining off of him, kind of blinding him a little bit, dazing him a little bit. On top of that, Cass, you knocked him good across the side of his head. The current state we're in right now is Hops and Cass are engaged with him as he's trying to advance on Moonlight. It's your action.
Yeah. I can feel the cruelty and anger just emanating from him. And I know the blood smeared from Duke down his suit. All he wants is violence. That's all he wants. And this is my moment to deny him that. And I lock eyes with Lacey, and I pull Duke close to me. Can I drag her back away from Vunkost?
Yeah.
Is that an action, or would that be my move?
It depends on what that's followed up with. Well, no, because you are already at her. So I would say as a move action, she's
okay. Then I don't move. Instead of that as my move action, I look at you, and I look down at Duke, and as my move action, I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna slap my teddy onto her.
Okay.
And
So if I remember correctly, that is essentially a stimulator that will...
takes you from 0 to 1.
Okay. You slap it on the back of her neck, which is horribly bent. As you press it against her skin,
I stabilize her neck with my hand as well as I can.
you as you slide it onto the back of her neck, it's cringing a little bit because you can feel the bone trying to get out from the right side of the skin. The fracture, it's intense. It's not supposed to feel like that. But you put it on, and Lacey's techno gadget begins to go to work immediately. You see the wiring on the inside begin to glow as it powers up, and it begins to feed biofields into the body of Duke. It is a question as to whether or not it could somehow correct such a grievous injury. So you watch in anticipation as this begins to pulse. Los Angeles 2120 there have been some pretty incredible advancements to medical technology. There have been some cases where people have been brought back to death after being dead for almost up to 5 minutes. It's incredible the technology that people have now in order to keep brain impulse alive, in order to keep the body being able to regenerate itself, even when cellular decay has started to kick in. The medicine has advanced enough to allow this world to have cybernetic enhancements that can be placed anywhere over the body to correct and to able to help those who need it. The injury you're trying to heal is one of the most difficult and one of the most destructive injuries the body can receive. But Lacey made this. Yeah. And Lacey's not normal. None of y'all are. The tech begins to pulse, and you begin to see a little bit of that bone structure. It's almost like the program concocted inside is able to sense and locate where damage is being fueled and where damage essentially has been catastrophic. And using a bioregenerator to manipulate the muscles in order to realign the neck so that it can set itself. This is the same technology that people are able to use on broken shins. You put it on your shin and the muscles themselves will contract. It's incredibly painful, but the body will essentially, using the guidance of these nano technology, the nano like bots essentially inside this technology, to set the bone and begin to reconstruct the fracture. It's a tough call. If you are willing to do a player intrusion, I will allow you to do this.
Done.
So 1 XP.
We'll all contribute to that.
There's some disturbing cracking sounds as the neck begins to reform.
Oh.
As the neck begins to reform, it's now going through the incredible process of repairing the spine, all the fibers in that spinal column. Probably one of the most complex things about the entire human body inside that chamber. And slowly it's starting to knit itself back. And as those biobots begin to go to work, knitting itself back, there's a single pulse, and a charge going through Duke's body is gasping as Duke's eyes flutter a little bit. Her eyes are still rolled into the back of her head, but her heart is receiving as this device drains itself of all of its remaining energy to keep her heart pumping.
My shield arm holds Duke, and my other arm extends out to Lacey, and I just scream, "We gotta get her out of here!" And I stimulate Lacey.
Okay. All right. That's your action.
I know exactly what Limit needs and wants me to do because I can hear it in my mind as well as...
Yeah, I echo out loud in your head.
So I move to Duke and to Luma and from within Honey Baby, hold her with you, hold on to you. And I'm going to teleport Duke back to Blue Dolphin Base and to the smartest woman in the world who can take care of her and make sure Duke is okay.
This portal just... And there's a pulse. Moonlight goes, ah! As there's a Callisto 6 energy pulse around this beacon. And everyone takes 1 point of intellect damage immediately as Lacey opens up this portal.
No.
It opens up and she slides through this portal into... You get a brief glimpse of two things. You see Patel looking up from a monitor and gasping as she sees this happening. And then you see 20 feet away from her eating gummies on the couch going, "Oh my God, wait. And he starts rushing towards the portal as she slides through and it goes... Yeah. And Duke slides through the portal and it closes just as Jelly Baby goes, "Oh my God, Duke!" And then closes.
Yeah.
So as your action, you manage to stabilize a mortal injury and get Duke to the right help. Now, I'm not going to rule that Duke is saved, but I am going to rule that she's got a fighting chance now.
That's amazing.
Oh my God!
You gave her a fighting chance. Both of you used your actions.
Death, we spread light. That's all it is.
Right now, Dr. Patel is trying to very gently... Well, right now, fearful of moving Duke because of the nature of the injury, Patel is trying to figure out how to gently lift Duke up onto the medical bed so she can begin work. And Jelly Baby goes... and gently just slimes her up onto the thing without moving her at all and just slides back out all this moisture all over her body. And he just goes, "She'll never remember that. It's fine." Back at your base, back at your location, though, things are a little more desperate. Kotschi, by the way, is constantly unloading bullets into him and just cussing in Russian because none of these bullets are doing a damn thing. They're impacting and tearing holes in the white silk coat of Kylan, also known as Vunkos. And again, that wolfish smile as he just throws his arms open like he's embracing them. And you hear briefly in English. I mean, you're seeing the translations going across your screens, but you hear briefly in English, Kotschi just goes, "That's fucking annoying." Slides another clip in. I believe that was actually the last of the round.
Yeah.
It's back to him.
Top of the round, it's him. That was the last round you're getting your bonuses against him, so he's back up to difficulty 12 again.
No.
Yep.
It also means that the daze is going to be gone. So you see
It should apply to his actions and then wear off again when we do stuff.
Oh, so this round he'll get the
this
daze.
is his,
still.
he's dazed now.
So he is going to forego throwing punches at Hops and instead lay into you, Cass. Since you were so nice to say hello. Go ahead and make a defense roll. Because he's dazed, he's getting a +1 difficulty at this, which translates into the defense roll dropping from 12 to 11.
There was something that dropped his defense roll by 2.
It was
me.
It was
Oh,
Luma's.
it's really
Yeah, all of this
with
is
him
where it
being
all.
downstairs. Like, yeah.
Great.
So, defense 11 goes down to 8. Free level of effort because I bought an advancement that gives me an extra edge and speed during the.
Also, I can go, remember to dodge, because we've been training, and that'll be enable.
Duck and wave,
others-
duck and wave.
Yeah, duck and weave.
Eric, will you allow that? We're both specialized.
In defense and
Yeah.
But also enable others is my
Yep.
is my power. I can provide a benefit to another character
I'm
attempting a
happy
physical
to
task.
take it if you'll.
Yeah.
Count. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
because I can see everything. I'm floating. I'm flying.
Really, the most important
Great.
thing is just can you narratively rationalize it? Well, yeah, I think I can because Cass has been fighting this entire time. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yes. Yeah. So Hops is basically shouting, "Get your hands up! Get your hands
Yeah.
up!" And here he comes. So go ahead and make drop that difficulty.
Okay, it's down to a 6. And now we're gambling. Because that was only 1 level of effort. I'm gonna spend 3 more. Which costs 6 points.
You got this.
Takes it down to a 3.
9 or better.
9 or better. Is that a 1?
No.
You're taking my reroll.
Can I? It's a 1.
You.
Oh no, that's
What's
right.
wrong?
No.
That's allowed.
Reroll.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's allowed.
I'm not capped.
I had one left. You gave me your 2.
That's right.
So I have 1 reroll left.
Man, normally I
Unless
like
the-
failure, but maybe not today.
Strongly agree.
Okay, thank you.
I also strongly agree.
Unless someone else wants to use a reroll.
Go ahead and roll.
I'm out of XP.
Oh no. Okay, take mine. 15.
15.
All right. Yeah. Another heavy swing. One thing is sure. Kylan knows how to throw a punch for sure. Vunkos, I should say, knows how to throw a punch. In this body, he's coming at you like a freight train, but he's moving a little slow. Every punch is him throwing everything he has into that punch. They're heavy-fisted punches. Thankfully, you can see them coming, but oh my God, he moves fast. So you're staying 1 step ahead, but every time the fist flies past you, it's like a car drove by.
I'm so proud. Watching
That's his
progress.
action.
Dodge practice.
It's y'all's turn. So who's going
Oh,
back to y'all?
Is it back
Quick
to me?
question. Do
Yeah.
ciphers cost an action?
If you're going to use a cipher, it's an action.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
It's Oya.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Should I? Yeah.
Get Anton.
Yeah.
Get our boy.
All right.
See him. There's now we have this jolts of energy from Moonlight.
Okay, so Moonlight is channeling this, and remember the dimensional door is slowly starting to open, and it crackles and crackles and crackles. And this whole time, this fight has been going on as she's been channeling this. You see Moonlight is a sweat breaking out around her, and her teeth are gritted as she's holding on to it. Y'all are all connected through the energy source. Moonlight is draining herself to keep this door open, and it continues to rip and tear. And finally, there's this flash of green light, and the door goes. And the first thing that happens when this door opens, Moonlight goes, ah! And zipping out right in front of Moonlight's face is a white robot that goes, hello, Moonlight. Yeah! My name is Florence. I'm a medical bot. And if you need me, I'm your medical bot. And she just... a few moments pass when you hear, holy shit. And Anton, would you like to join us?
Yeah!
You're all yes. So Anton is going to.
Actually, I didn't know.
Oh my god!
I hope
Did somebody call for a superhero?
Completely oblivious.
No, Oya, you've seen this, but the thing is, this is happening in front of everybody.
Yeah.
The portal.
So
Oya is using the VR to charge through and make the link, but the portal is being controlled by the VR link, right?
Okay.
So here's
we can
the
all
crazy
see
part.
that.
Here's the crazy part. Crazy part is, in truth, it was very likely that Anton was going to be lost. Like, that was it. But if you'll remember, Luma used an ability called Stranger, or basically a friend comes...
It's called Karma.
Karma.
Because she's kind.
So we've decided that is manifesting because in your time, about 5 seconds ago, the portal behind you to the moon closed.
What?
And you were staring down Vunkost as he's approaching, realizing death is about to come for you.
Probably, most likely, yes.
The last thing that has just happened was Florence said, "Are we about to die, friend Anton? I can resuscitate you. If the injuries are not intensely, well, it is very likely that I'll be able to resuscitate. Your odds are 30%. And at about that moment, a portal opened behind you all. And you see this chaotic scene on the other side. You don't know what it is you're making out, but you do notice your friends facing down what looks like Kyle and Kraus in this strange room. And you see Moonlight channeling the Callisto energy into this portal to keep it open. And Florence, without missing a beat, goes, aha! Medical attention is required, and zooms out of the portal.
Wait. What? Huh?
And are you still like 100 feet tall?
Am I?
Yes.
You have hands.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're massive.
Oh my god, you're eye level to me because I'm in the air. Holy shit!
Step through the portal.
I'm flying.
Kylan
happening?
stops and looks up as a foot. And then you step out of this hole, taking up the entirety of the room. Your head almost touches the top of this shifting room, and you look around. This is a dome-like room with this huge, almost like wishbone-looking technological device that's arcing up and keeping this portal open. Around you is this huge platform that is flanked by like a web of catwalks. And across one of the catwalks, you can see what looks like Kylan Kraus blood smeared across his suit. And he's engaged in a fist fight with Cass, of all things, and a stunned-looking Hops who's like flowing with electricity. You see it's pure chaos. And you just see Oya is wearing this VR setup screaming, Anton!
Step on him! I say step on him.
And then immediately Moonlight lets the energy source go. And the portal goes on the other side of the portal. As this portal begins to close, you see the true form, the fully powered true form of Vunkost. For all of you who are able to see it, you get a brief glimpse of what drove Hops to the edge. A brief glimpse of what Anton was staring down. You've seen the thing in the other room. You've never seen Vunkost in their true form. It is, without description, beyond horrifying to look at. You cannot allow whatever it is in the other room to become that.
I would like to make a player intrusion. If allowed.
in one moment. Because what happens next is Kylan, seeing this, also sees on the other side of the portal and raises his hands like this. And in the distance, on the other side of this wall between reality, you see Vunkost respond almost like they were the same person, raising their hands up, and the portal stops closing.
Oh,
It goes right behind you. It stops. And Moonlight starts screaming like she's trying to get it to close, and it won't. And that Vunkost begins to move closer.
Oh.
You're right back where you were on the moon. Vunkost is advancing. And it seems like the Kylan that's in front of you is the one that's stopping it from closing. Anton?
What is
Because-
going on?
I'm going to give you the action at the bottom of the initiative. So you just finished doing this. Anton steps into the room. You've got an action if you want. What is going on? This thunderous voice in this room.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's happening? Can I try to shrink down?
As an
to my
action.
Sort of regular size? Yeah. What happened? Y'all were just there. You just left. What's happening?
We gotta kill Kylan Krause.
Yeah, we gotta just kill Kylan. We'll explain
He's alive.
Kill Kylan, like someone.
Hell yeah, Anton.
What do we do? What should we do? What do I do? What should we do?
You got an action.
Kylan.
You see Kylan is not paying attention to you guys anymore, and instead you see this joyous smile, like he's been given what he wants, and he's holding his hands up and going, "Ah!" As
We
the
need to make
portal
sure
is
that
fighting
portal
to save.
closes.
Okay, sure. Whap! I'm gonna stretch my hand out to punch him across the face, and then as I punch him, wrap the back of my hand around his head, bring myself to it, wrap his body, and then flail him around on the ground.
All right, roll an attack. Here's where it gets ugly. Now, normally his difficulty to hit him is 12, which means you need a 36 or better to hit this guy. However, I'm going to factor into the fact that he is now essentially prone. He is completely locked into keeping this portal open. As a result, I'm going to drop his difficulty by 4.
Oh shit.
Oh.
wow.
So this is almost going to function like a surprise attack might.
9.
So now the difficulty to hit him is 9.
From 12
From
12 to
12
8.
down to 4.
12 down
Oh,
to 8.
That's right, 8.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
to 8.
Oh, 8.
We can-
math,
we can-
everyone. Math is
Still
fun.
So-
24.
Difficulty is 8. Go ahead and make your roll, Anton.
Okay, I'm trained in physical attacks.
Yep, so I'll drop it to 7.
So that's down to a 7. Let's see what else I got.
Can I say under my breath? I'm going marshmallow, marshmallow, marshmallow. And if he hears that, they can enable him.
Yeah.
This is a. Oh, this is
Down
a.
to 6.
Oh, okay, perfect. Down to 6. Thank you. Thank
Sounds
you.
helped you out.
Power of the marshmallow.
Okay. I have a dexterity. That's movement. Dexterity. That I
Go
have.
on.
Good to have you back.
Just reading everything. Just rereading everything. So that's movement and initiative. So would that count as this?
Not on this
How,
one, no.
how far? He's not far enough away from me for this to be a movement thing.
No, it's not that he's not far enough away. You can actually hit him from where you're standing because of your powers.
Right. That's right.
Are your hands still blades?
Not right now, they're not.
Not right now. They're not. Okay. So what are we? We're
You're
at
at 6, so I would use some effort.
Yeah. I'm gonna use.
Yeah.
Your edge eats up most of 1, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to use. Well, I don't have any edge and might.
It'd be more, I think, would it
Speed
be like speed or,
or
intellect
intellect?
attack?
No, this would be might. This is straight up might. But
Yep.
I'm gonna just do as much as I can. What do I have to? What do I have to pull from my pool? What am I
So
doing?
it's your might pool, yeah. So
Okay.
3,
each.
and then, and then subtract whatever.
2 more for each.
13 to get it
More
down
for
to
each.
level 4. You'd have 13.
Okay.
You want to go all the way down to 3?
Yeah, I do. So
All
I'm
right.
down to 13. I'm going from 16 to 13.
Yeah, and
that
now you're
right?
going to 10 to get it down to level 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You got this?
Aw,
All right.
Yes.
how many of y'all missed the Hector Fantastic?
Okay. So where am I at? Here?
Yep, you're level
Okay.
3.
All right.
No problem.
What?
No, that didn't make it.
Maybe,
No.
maybe spend an XP, yo. You do a reroll.
Do you have any?
Yeah, I do. I have 2.
Yeah.
So I'll spend 1.
Okay.
Let me
You
re-roll
have
that.
2 spends, by the way. I know that's also how much XP you have, but I'm just letting you know.
Here we go. 9. Here we go. Wow, that's the exact same thing. I mean, that's lucky, but unlucky.
So here's what I'll rule.
Okay.
You hit him, and then immediately use that to pull yourself over and wrap around him.
Okay.
And he doesn't even react. As you just wrap around him, he just kind of says, he refuses to even acknowledge you. You watch Anton wrap himself around this guy completely and bind him, and he doesn't move. He just continues holding that portal open.
So I'm wrapped around him. My head and neck kind of come up, and I go, okay, that didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. Can I get some help?
Yeah.
Is there still a Funkas on the other end?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
on
what
the
we're
other
trying
side.
to stop.
So it's they're around now.
It's me.
Wait, no, we have
the top of our turn.
Oh, that's right. Oya was
we
the
all
top of the
go.
turn.
Yeah, it's us.
I'm just
It's
so
us.
eager to kill all of you. I apologize.
know you are.
Okay, so all right, Cass, what are you doing?
Break him or break the fork. Break him or break the fork. Do you want me to go really fast and I can do something? Can I do that?
Or me. I'm in the air. I'm in the air at the fork.
I'll let y'all switch your initiatives, but if you do that, I'm going to make it permanent.
But we didn't. I went first the last time.
No.
right? Or no.
If Luma decides to go instead of Cass, then I'll let that switch happen. But I'm going to make it. That's the order from now on.
Do it.
I thought I attacked first after Oya.
It's Oya, Cass, Hops, Luma, Lacey. But now we've got Anton in between Oya and Cass. Don't worry about it. We're all gonna
That was
get
because it
our
was my
turn.
speed defense when I took an action. Okay, sorry.
Thank you, Amy.
I'll tag in if you want. I like notes. Sorry.
No, it's super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna trade with Luma. I
Okay.
trapped in that moment of not being sure whether I should do that.
Right.
I catch eyes with my love over there, who just pulled off the goddamn miracle, but gave up her patch, and it's fine. We're gonna have a conversation.
Love yelling.
You're up. Yeah, you're up, babe. You know, I know. No. It's. That was in character yelling, not out of character. No, I know. Yeah. It's just it's a small thing. Just wanna. You say that, I lock eyes with you, and kick his ass, because I'd like to marry you one day. So that's an encouragement for you. You would get bonus for an attack roll.
I would say so.
Can I be the flower girl?
Stay alive so I can propose one day. Oh, yes! Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I basically got
me this
permission
marriage
today
proposal.
from your mom. Looking around, taking all this in wildly, I look very excited and filled with encouragement, and it is Hops' turn because my turn won't come up until after this.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Koski is loading
Maybe
another
too soon
clip.
to say that, but you know what?
Koski at this point pulls out what looks like a submachine gun from his coat, and just goes.
Focus on structural damage then.
He pulls this out, and you see him slide this in as all this is happening. This is very, very sweet. Good to see you, Anton. Slides in another clip, pulls it back, and he starts pointing this at the dimensional gateway.
Wishbone.
The wishbone.
At
The
the
wishbone.
actual thing or the structure?
You're not really sure.
Okay.
He just aims up in sort of that general direction. You don't know if he's trying to shoot into the portal or if he's looking to shoot the device itself. You're not entirely sure.
By the way, that's a bonus to all of you for attacks.
Oh yeah, we all want to be at that
We're
wedding.
all getting married?
We're all getting married.
All right, well.
One day.
All right, so Hops, what are you doing?
Okay, seeing Anton is gonna give me that surge of fuck yeah, that I needed. Is the wishbone an artifact? Is that an artifact?
I don't know that I'd classify it as an artifact.
There's
Can
an
I
ability-
drain it?
Yeah.
What kind of power does it run on? Does it just run on Callisto? What?
It is being powered by the Callisto energy source.
So that's probably no.
So
for
if
me.
you were Moonlight,
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm still flying because my flight is activated for 10 minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna get as close to the
electricity.
portal as
It's cool.
possible, and I'm actually gonna look him in the eyes, the evil thing that I was terrified of, and just keep repeating, "I am the storm, I am the storm, I am the storm," and then shoot as much electricity as I can into him as possible.
So I'm going to raise the difficulty because Anton is currently wrapped around it.
Not him. I'm talking about the person in the
portal
portal, the evil guy.
You're going for
If they're
Booncost
connected,
Prime?
and that's
Yes.
why,
Prime.
and I have my intellect shield now, thanks
Okay.
to Lacey.
Oh, I did not-
And I've been meditating.
I have Boon Costa's stats. I did not know I was going to need to use them.
And you get a bonus.
I'm just trying to distract him to close the portal. If we can distract both of them at the same time, maybe it's enough. But I'm
Okay,
pissed.
through the portal with the enhancement, the
Face your
difficulty.
fears, Hops. Do
the
it.
difficulty is going to be 15.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. 14, thanks to you.
14.
Okay.
That brings it down to 42.
How do you even have that number?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Before I do that, can I take a recovery roll on this action? Because
You
I
get that
have,
as automatically, so you can do that.
I have surging confidence.
Yes.
When I use an action to make a first recovery roll, I can gain another action. So let me do that
yeah.
first.
So you can do
Lovely. Good job.
That was a 5.
5.
Yeah.
What
10
tier are you?
points.
5.
So you get 10
I sure
points
do,
back
buddy.
to your pool.
I sure do. Oh, yeah.
We have to keep her alive.
Yeah.
She still has
He has this counterattack and he keeps hitting her.
Okay, okay,
Cass
okay.
is keeping you together.
So
He's struggling.
it's down to what now? It's down to
Florence, my pet.
15, 14.
Yes.
Okay.
Now it's maxed out at 15 because
15.
I don't want to go any higher than that, but
14.
you are throwing this at range because they're not very close to the mouth of
Right.
the portal.
Right, but I do have
You have a rangy thing.
I have a 50 feet range.
Isn't it more than that?
He's a lot more than 50 feet away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But don't you? I thought you.
Oh, it's an
said that was
arc
Like a
of
You can fly up to the edge of the portal and throw it.
That's what I was
perhaps?
gonna do.
Oh.
That's why I was flying. I was gonna get as close to the portal as possible and shoot it in there and try and get him to try and push him back from the portal.
Okay. Well, here's the thing: is once you step through that portal or send anything through that portal, time and space becomes pretty relative.
Oh.
So if you want to throw that lightning bolt, you can. You're at maxed out difficulty. So what do you got to lose?
Right.
That's true.
So it went from 15 to 14
14.
because we're all getting married.
And then 13, 12, 11 because I'm gonna use my staff to direct it. 10 because it's with Rec and it's an attack roll, so 9. Okay, I got it down to 9. Doing good. Yeah. Sure. This is great. 10. Oh my god. 1 free edge. Wait, so it's at 9 now? Was it just at 9?
You said
Sorry.
10.
10, so 9.
Well, start over. Okay, 15 to 14. 13,
13,
12, 11.
10,
10,
9,
9.
8, and then I'm gonna use.
Yeah,
All right.
because you have to roll a 24 currently.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want my 30-sided die?
Yeah. 12,
Please
11,
make
10. 9, 8, 7. Okay. And that's down to a 8, 7, 6, right?
Okay.
So I'm down to a 6.
18 or better.
I'll do one more.
Okay, down to difficulty 5. That's a 15 or better. That's doable.
Possible. Yeah.
Against
fun
a
possible.
rank 15 beastie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
try
like,
it.
So in the cipher book,
No,
that's
I'm
the
gonna do one
equivalent
more.
of attacking Galactus, essentially.
One
Okay,
more. Oh,
12
yeah.
or better.
Yeah.
Except that you don't have an ultimate nullifier. You're just punching Galactus.
Yeah.
So that's okay. 12 or better.
Okay. Come on.
That's a 9.
Fuck.
That's a 9.
Shit.
Hops, roll a d6.
Why?
Oh boy.
Why do I
Tell me what
roll
you
like
get.
D6?
Just roll good. 2.
A 2. You send your lightning in, and as you do, the horror that's inside, it connects with him, and its long, knife-like, elongated fingers reach out, and there's a pulse. Everyone in the room takes 1 point of intellect damage. Hops, make a defense roll, difficulty 15.
Oh dear.
This was a bad idea. Okay.
I guess I'm going to see all my friends die.
15, 14, 13. Hold on, this is good. This is what I'm good at. 13,
Okay.
12, 11. Okay. 10, 9, 8. Shoot, man. I have to get it down. 2 more. Okay.
7, 6.
7, 6. I gotta roll real high.
18 or better.
Yep.
Make a roll.
Easy.
Oh boy.
$19. It's a 1. It was a 1. That's a 1.
Wait. I have physical gifted. Anytime I spend points from a might or speed pool in action, if I roll a 1, I can re-roll, always taking the second result. That is my tier 4 ability, and I haven't rolled a 1 yet to use it.
Oh my god!
That was my tier 4 ability that I
Do it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay, rolling 19 now. Okay.
Oh my god! You did!
It's not possible.
You rolled another one?
Yes.
Can I do a player intrusion?
She has
here?
to take it.
No.
No.
You should take a picture of that.
Yes, because I don't believe it happened.
Let me just try one more.
Die again.
I just rolled a nat 20 though on my third roll. Can we just pretend that? Oh my god. Can just pretend I'm really physically gifted, like that I did
Pulse
it
that
twice?
emanates from inside the portal
Holy
ripples out
shit.
and hops. It feels like the being of Vunkost has grabbed you, even though his hands aren't touching you. That punch you felt from Kylan, you feel the same sensation for a brief second, and then there's a ripping sensation from inside your body as you all watch the radiance being torn from Hops. You see her eyes, her mouth open up, and light begins to explode outwards.
Holy.
You are going to take 12 points of damage.
I'm just gonna reach out to my.
Everyone around Hops takes 6 points of damage.
Which of us are by her?
So that's
Who's
going to
that?
be Anton.
How close is Florence?
Hold up. That's going to be
Okay.
Anton. That's going to be Cass.
6
and
points.
6 points of damage. And that's it. Those are the only people that are close to.
Is that intellect damage?
No, this is physical damage.
Okay.
And Hops, you immediately drop to tier 1.
And I'm immediately.
You hit.
You are?
The board.
She's got
But
the
you have
patch.
your teddy.
I got the patch, but
So you have
Yep,
one.
you're back to 1.
What order do things happen in?
So the drain of power
my God.
immediately just pulls, ripping out of you. You begin to feel the sensation. You pull out the patch, and as you hit the ground, you slap it on your neck just as you start feeling the darkness start to swarm over you. And immediately there's this pulse of energy. So for the next 2 rounds,
Yep.
you cannot use any powers above tier 1.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Cool.
Whoa.
You cannot use any abilities. It means you can't spend effort above tier 1. You are essentially a tier 1 character right now.
Great.
As Vunkost has essentially
Eaten
ripped
life force.
Callisto 6 energy right from your body.
Yep.
You can feel the energy trying to it's nature to increase it. Over time, the Callisto 6 energy has made you more and more powerful. So it's in its nature to regenerate itself. So you can feel it's already beginning to start to stabilize inside of you, but the trauma of having it torn free, if you had died just then, even if they had brought you back, you would no longer be a super. It would have just sucked the Callisto energy right out of you completely had it not
Thanks,
been for
Teddy.
that patch.
Yep. Wait. I had a +5 armor, so that did count.
No, I asked whether it was the intellect or the physical damage.
I was all physical.
The physical damage,
But
yeah.
it took through my physical because I only had like a little bit of physical damage.
Oh, the
So
physical.
it
Yeah.
would have gone through my speed and intellect.
Yeah. However,
It
that would have
doesn't
played
matter.
out. Your armor would have absorbed that, but it was the effect of the Callisto energy being torn from you. That's a separate effect.
Okay.
That didn't do any damage to you.
Right.
It was the attack that damaged you. But if your armor can withstand physical attack, then you can subtract that. Otherwise,
Okay.
you all watch in horror as you watch the light beaming out of Hops' eyes and mouth, nose, and for that round, Hops, you were going to lose flight. You just collapsed on
yeah.
the catwalk, slamming down. Just the world becomes a little more muted around you. This is the first time you've gotten this close to just feeling like a normal human being again. And for the first time since you've started using these powers, you feel that familiar fear and anxiety boiling in as you are way in over your head.
Oh God.
And on the other side of the portal, you hear echoing off the chamber is the hysterical laughter of Kylan Kraus. As that energy that is pulled into Vunkost on the other side of the portal causes the portal to go and begin to expand. Next action.
It's me.
Okay, so maybe not aim that way. We learned that the hard way.
So are we in the bottom room or the top room?
Y'all are in the room above.
We're in the dome.
There is
There's a catwalk in that room?
just so y'all know, the corpseified body of Vunkost
Yeah.
of this dimension is
Yeah.
still down below.
Downstairs, but she landed on a catwalk in the room we're in?
Yes, because the room you're in is this large platform that is the upper half of the dome. The other half is the dome is down below and it's separated. So think of a sphere, and it's divided in half.
Yeah.
And you guys are in the top room, and the other rune cost is in
But
the
she
bottom.
landed on a catwalk.
Because this is a platform. This is a large
the whole
computer.
thing is like a
platform, and it's a spider web of catwalks that are leading up into it to go in and out of this room.
Oh, okay.
So everyone is on a catwalk.
Got it.
Essentially,
got it.
but if you're near the dimensional portal space, it's a platform, but with the same metal grating.
Welcome back,
You know what I mean?
Anton.
All right.
Yeah,
can't believe
you
I
got
just
back
rolled
just
two-
in time to watch this happen to Hops.
2 natural ones.
Yeah, that
Freaking
that
kidding
is
me.
stunning.
We're not
That
saying
sucks.
you're bad luck around wound costs. I'm just saying Hops has a real hard time.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
don't use
let's
that.
get that dice out of the way, and
There you
yeah,
go.
can I have one of yours? Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, no, let's not
Yeah.
put it on the one.
Cass.
The roller coaster. All right, Cass. I'm going to count Anton as an asset, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
So if you're going to physically punch him,
I'm like,
You hold my punch.
I'm like
Because-
holding him. Yeah.
yeah. So I wasn't going to give that to Hops because Hops has been zapping people. But if you're going to physically punch, then I'm going to say that's going to be an asset to dropping his difficulty. So that'll drop him by 5.
Why I didn't zap him? Because you were holding on to it.
Because remember, he was at a 12. I dropped him by 4 because he's holding still to hold this portal open. So
I forgot about that. Okay.
now he's
Yep.
at difficulty 7.
Now it's a difficulty
insane.
7, and you encouraged me, so it's a difficulty 6, right? And I've got accuracy and my new training, so that's a difficulty 3. And hit him.
Did you
Can
counted
I-
me? You counted me as an
I
asset
counted
already?
you.
Okay.
Can she enable me with her barely breathing? Hit him. It's
Is that
certainly
a-
barely
Yes,
breathing me
yeah.
right now.
Yes. You haven't used it this round.
So that's
Oh
a 2?
my God.
Oh my gosh, roll a 6 or better.
Yeah, I'm.
Don't use
You
my
reduced
die.
it by 3.
That's not it.
I haven't.
Have you used
I
any
haven't
effort?
spent my effort yet. Oh, 3 levels of effort. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna roll. But all of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, this never happens. I just got good at hitting things. Thank God it's a 2 and not a 1, which means I succeed.
Wow.
All right, how much damage is that?
We're so bad at this.
Star Trek Adventures.
It is.
We were rolling well before you got here.
It didn't.
Sorry.
I didn't declare the bash. I had meant to, but I didn't. You can rule it or not.
I'll give you the bash.
Okay, I'm spending the 1 point for that, so it makes it very sorry, yo. It is 16 points of damage, and he is dazed. Does it break his concentration?
The music stopped. That's a sign.
Enough damage to break
That's
his
a sign.
concentration if that's a trade-off I can make.
Usually that's a minor effect or a major effect. Let me.
Okay, I'm just saying. Or he's just dazed and it's slightly more difficult to do whatever he's
Distraction is a
doing.
minor-
Here's what I'll do. So 16 points.
Uh-huh.
So
Nicely done.
Thank
But really
you.
bad rolling, though. Really
Yeah,
bad.
good.
that is a monster hit. All right, so here's what I'll do. It's not going to break his concentration, but I'm going to cause him to lose all of the momentum he just had on the portal after draining that energy from Hops.
Thank you.
That's enough to actually cause his side of the portal to wobble, and he goes back down.
Can I rule that I grab his stupid tie and I pull his face towards me
Yes.
as I deliver that punch?
Yes.
Thank you.
It is a stupid time.
Yeah.
It's also frustrating because hitting him is like you're used to hitting things that give way under your fist, but hitting him is like hitting a wall. So you think you're doing damage as you smack into him, but he doesn't even take his eyes off the portal as the impact of your
When I
fist
was younger and even
causes his.
stupider, I used to actually do this and I had not missed this feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Cass, that was your action.
It's lazy.
I know what I'm going to do on my turn.
So vis-a-vis Anton for Onslaught, which is he an asset or a hindrance for me? It's a single target ranged attack.
You're a computer. You have accuracy.
I think in this case, I'm gonna rule that it's neither an asset nor a hindrance.
Okay.
And it's just a straight 4. You've got a precision attack.
I do. Okay. That's perfectly good. So, per the rules, before I attack, I declare that I'm going to be spending my effort in damage. I'm going to be
Okay.
spending maximum effort in damage.
Okay.
So, after Edge, that will be an 8-point spend that I'm making right now
Okay.
on this difficulty 12 boy. But he's
lowered.
not a difficulty 12 boy because
He's difficulty 8.
I am specialized in Onslaught. I have that's 2 levels
8,
down to
7,
10.
6.
I'm not even counting prone die yet. I have Sweet Baby helping me aim. Servo aim ability.
That's 5.
That I have 3 from Luma's Stimulate, which
4, 3, 2.
from a moment ago. Also, her encouragement.
1. You need
And
a 3 or
he's a
better.
prone boy. He's all the way down.
So you need a 3 or better.
I have, my math has him 10.
No,
9.
12 minus 4, and then we drop from there. So he starts at 12, down to 7, or down to 8.
Down to 8.
And then, and
he
then
starts at
specialized
8.
7, 6,
Because it's minus 2.
Minus
Minus
2.
1.
Minus 1.
Minus
5,
3.
3.
4,
Minus 2.
3,
Minus
2,
1. And then
1.
minus 4. Minus 1.
So it's an auto hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So it's an auto hit off
So
of
it's
that.
an auto hit. I'm spending maximum effort into my damage
Okay, so how much is that?
on my onslaught. So that's 13 damage on the onslaught plus 18 damage from the effort. 31 damage. So what actually
That's my best friend, y'all.
is that
He's
Lacey
punchier than
is
all of us.
going to send themselves their digital signal right through to the basic binary impulses in the brain of Kylan Kraus.
Punching his brain?
Digitally.
Y'all upgrade.
We're like so freaking
Essence.
powerful, except for me.
Punch
because
someone's
apparently-
brain with
But
every fiber
I
of your
swear, I swear I did some damage before you got here.
Everything
my
hap-
so
it
much. Toxic the
happens.
shit
It
out of it.
happens spectacularly all at once. The first thing that happens is the display of power from Lacey being unleashed like this is visible to everybody. You actually see the world around you all start to become digitized. What? As the computer world completely invades the physical world.
What?
And you watch as it almost looks like everything, like reality, is bending to the greater paradigm that Lacey is summoning forward. And as a result, the air around Kylan and around the area where Kylan is becomes almost pixelized for a second. Anton, you are completely untouched as it's hyper-focused directly at Kylan's body. The next thing that happens is the high-pitched, it almost is like an inaudible beeping sound. Like, you know when you used to take those hearing tests and there'd be a distant beep? Mm-hmm. The only thing that's different about this is it hurts everyone's ears, not causing any damage, but you're literally hearing what it's like when trillions and trillions and trillions of lines of data are rewriting reality for a moment and coalescing in front of you. And then the hit. His head snaps back this time. And the portal goes and closes almost to a pinpoint as his head goes, "Ah!" Screams in rage and pain as blood begins to run out the side of his ears and explodes out of his nose. It begins to leak from his eyes as he goes stumbling backwards. And then everyone takes 8 points of intellect damage as the portal pulses so powerfully that even Honey Baby, you see errors popping up all over the screens as Honey Baby's having system failures across the body.
I'm assuming
from
if
this
I have
pulse.
0 intellect, it goes to the might that I have.
That's correct.
Which is the 1 point of might that I have.
Hops is dead.
What?
Hops
that
Hops
just
is
killed
out.
me.
You see Hops as this pulse, the whole room rattles.
No.
And the portal begins to, but on the other side of the portal, you can actually hear the moans of Vunkos as he's seeing the door close. The next action.
Just a second. That was the rest of my intellect pool.
Same.
So now,
So now you're all impaired, but you are not suffering the effects from impaired because of your ability that you have.
we're impaired, but I am tough as nails. So my might tasks actually get easier.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Just a little bit. But
Are you the Hulk?
maybe.
Okay.
So, but when I'm sorry, if once that pool, do I get to pick which other pool it comes out of?
No, it goes might, speed, intellect.
Well, that was an intellect damage.
Then it goes to-
So then it goes to might. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Talking this through.
That's okay.
I have 0 in intellect, and now I have 6 in might and 5 in speed. How's everybody doing?
better than
died.
She has
again.
dropped on all fours and is coughing up blood.
Really worried about you, Hobbs. Like a lot.
Is it who's next?
Well,
to the
I was
top.
going to have one of the NPCs go.
Is it still
Snap's
our
up.
round?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm the bottom of the round.
Okay.
That was
Okay,
Lacey's
so if
turn.
you're the
yeah.
last one to go,
Then it's
then
Yeah.
Florence is next.
Oh, good.
Good. My good
Okay.
baby, my good
Can
child.
someone just throw Florence down?
Florence immediately just
Yeah.
hovers over Hops and goes, "You appear to have died, but don't worry, my friend." You see these needles pop out of Florence's body and says, "We've done this before, haven't we, patient Hops?" And immediately injects these needles into your chest. And you all watch this static discharge, which Hops immediately. So you're going to be at 1 might.
Oh man, that's
And you
rush.
so don't write that in yet. You write in 1 might, but you're basically going to get a recovery roll here. So roll d6 and add your revised peer rating to it.
roll a 6.
Revised here, but
So
I'm just a
1d6 plus 1.
Great.
Hey.
7.
6 plus 1 is
7.
7.
And I gave you 1 might because you were rejuvenated.
Yeah, I'm putting that all into intellect.
So you gasp as once again you just skirt along the edges of death. If the round had ended with you at 0, yes.
I keep going to these damn train stations and missing the train. I'm good.
Good. Don't buy a
So-
ticket. Don't get on a train.
It's never been great for like.
Pops, you gasping for life as you come back, snapping to. There's a ringing in your ears. It's not from Lacey, it's from that pulse. This thing keeps rebounding. Every time Callisto energy is used, it keeps pulsing it out. Kylan definitely does not look good now. That one definitely hurt. As Lacey, you have officially blown way past the record-setting damage for the game. But what are you at now in your pools?
9, 11, 14.
So you're actually hanging in there.
It's still pretty good.
Edge is great. Edge is wonderful. But also,
Edge
every
is the
time I
key.
use my powers, all of them are Callisto.
Right.
And you've already done your recovery.
I've already done my first recovery because I had to portal everyone in here right now.
Right. Honey Baby, however, is not doing so great. That last energy pulse actually shorted out a lot of the AI's connection to the body.
Okay.
So Sweet Baby is actually having difficulty interfacing and is having to lean a little bit on you to create that interface. But what you're getting now, Lacey, is sluggishness. So I'm going to remove Honey Baby as an asset for targeting and any further use like that. However, still functioning as armor, but Honey Baby is like reporting all of these chassis malfunctions.
Cool. Okay.
Significant repair required. And
tell me
you
about
drop down to 1 knee, and Honey Baby is immediately compensating, finding new power reroutes. Top of the round. Top of the round.
Tyler.
Kylan screams in rage and attempts to tear Anton off of him. He grabs a fistful of your body, tries to rip you. So,
But you stretchy.
make a defense check. This is a might defense roll,
Okay. Let's see here.
which I think you're actually good at.
Yes, and I have. Yeah, I am trained in that. But
Yeah,
there was
I was
one
gonna say.
other.
You're not so good at dodging per se, but man, getting hit, that's not Anton's problem.
And I also have an armor of 4, but that doesn't factor into. That's only
That'll be the
for
damage.
a damage.
Defense, yeah.
Okay.
No, that would come into play here.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my
an
armor of
asset?
4.
Well, that's. Oh, I'm sorry. They were right. Yes, that only comes into play in damage.
Later.
Yeah.
So I have trained in defense tasks, and let's see what else I can pull up. I think that's it. What's the difficulty here?
Difficulty's 12 right now.
It's 12.
Wait, he's dazed.
That was last round, I believe.
God damn it. But
Oh,
no, he
you
didn't.
did.
He just got dazed. He just
so
got
the
dazed.
difficulty's 11.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 11.
11.
So he's not a prone boy anymore.
Okay.
Oh wait.
No,
tax.
he's not a prom boy anymore.
11.
I liked it better when he was a prone boy.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I guess that means no progress on portal.
Progress.
Right, it's the
He,
pinpoint.
he gets to pick one.
Can I use my asset of my suit? Does that come into play for this defense roll?
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
great. So then that's down to 10.
Your
And
suit
then
is
you're-
designed
and
to
then
stand
you're
incredible
Train, so
physical
9.
punishment.
Yep. Down to 9.
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. Oh, I have one of those. That's good.
I'm thinking like I don't know if I can enable on this one. I pretty much just died. So I'm probably not.
You haven't enabled this round.
That's
Top
true.
of the round, you can do it.
All right. Kick his ass.
We got break in 5. No, wait, I'm sorry, that's 350. Never mind.
Yeah.
We got a while. Keep going.
So you just enabled me?
I'm
that's-
just like, hey everyone, I just died. Kick his ass, please.
Seems really like it. Okay.
Yeah, we're all enabled by that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Patient Hops is exaggerating, and Florence just swivels around and looks at all of you.
Nope, definitely not exaggerating.
Second.
Definitely just died. Twice.
All right.
By the way,
He's done
Florence's
this.
face, that digital outline of Florence's face is going like short-circuiting and kind of fritzing a little bit.
Okay.
There's a little bit of sparks flying off of Florence because Florence, just like Sweet Honey Baby, was caught in that blast, but still has the cheerful demeanor.
So that went down to what, 6?
Yeah, I'm at a 6 right now.
10. Okay, 6. And then spend some effort, maybe?
I have been. I've been
Oh, shit, yeah.
pulling into here, so I'm down at a 6. That's an 18 or better. That's okay. I have a feeling that this is going to go real well.
All right.
Here we go. 18 or better. That's a
19!
19. Thank you.
So you can get a minor effect. You can distract him. You can knock him back.
Minor effect. What will distracting him or knocking him back do?
You can wrap your hands around his
around
face.
But it's something that I can't give damage back, but just sort of like
Right. It's a minor effect.
incapacitate him.
Yeah.
A minor effect.
Distract
You might be able to pull him further away, like lean back and pull him further away from getting to Moonlight.
I want to try to do all of that, and I'll sum it up by him trying to stretch me. I go, oh, no. And then I'm going to take my 2 fingers up his nose and just stretch and just try to swivel some brain.
Ooh.
That's
So that level,
Tenderize it for you.
that level of distraction, whatever that can do to help out my
Okay.
team.
Oh my god.
So that's what I'm doing.
Your fingers are going right up into his nasal cavities. That'll distract him.
Worst kind of brain freeze ever.
That'll distract him.
Brick.
Oh no.
All right.
So brutal.
That is definitely a distraction. He is screaming in rage as he's trying to pull you apart and it just does not work. You might as well just try to punch the air. He cannot pull you. And this is exactly what you're designed for at
Kathy.
this point. And even with his immense strength, he's not able to do it. You stick your fingers up his nose and he lets out a horrible scream again. That's his action. It's you guys' turn. I'm going to do a GM intrusion here on you, Hector, on your round.
I accept.
Okay, gain 2 XP.
Okay.
Pass one of those off to somebody else.
I'm gonna pass that over to Hops. Because she's about to die.
I'm good. I'm so good right now. Look how much intellect I have. So good.
What's the intrusion?
The intrusion is Vunkos on the other side of the portal is going to send a wave of energy through the portal as
Okay.
he's approaching it.
Okay.
So this is actually going to be a difficulty 6 might task for everybody.
Great.
Okay.
56 might task.
For everyone?
Everyone in the room, including, by the way, this would, if it wasn't so far below his difficulty rating, this would also be affecting Kylan. But essentially, a pulse of energy as the Vunkos on the other side of the portal seems desperate to keep it from closing, lets out this energy, just emits it. This
I don't have anything to reduce
I know,
on
no.
might.
We're just rolling an 18 or higher. Let's go, buddy.
So it's a might, not
might.
an intellect.
that's
Well-
correct. This is a might check.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Level 6.
LOL.
Oh wait,
I have nothing.
I have resilience.
That's probably going to come in handy.
I only rolled a 2.
I sure effing hope so.
And I'm trained in my defense, and currently my might tasks are easier.
Oh my god, I got a 20!
Oh my god! Oh!
Yes, Oya.
So then Oya will succeed.
Do I get anything else? Major effect?
Well, yeah.
A? I know it's.
If you remove yourself from the VR set, then I'll give you a major effect.
Yeah.
So then what I'll say is, with the 20, what I'll say is, as you're taking the set off and getting a good look around at what's happening, you can see this energy wave coming.
Reroll that.
Because you were facing the portal, you see it coming. Moonlight just, you see her gasp. And as you look around to see if everybody else sees it coming, you see the condition that Hops is in. On a 20, If you're willing to give up your round this round, I'll let you throw yourself on top of Hops
Okay.
Oh man.
and spare her.
Yeah.
I did not succeed my roll.
Okay.
So
I
with a nat 20, I'll let you have a major effect in this regard.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I don't want to die twice in like
You dash
day.
across.
Not today.
You dash across the catwalk and hurl yourself on top of Hops just as this thing hits, which means you're going to take the damage for her.
Okay. Is it just 8 then?
No, the difficulty was that the damage is 6.
Okay.
6 points of might damage across the
Oh,
board.
I would have barely been alive.
Everybody takes 6 points of might.
I've got that special ability where
okay.
any damage taken, I roll a d6, and that's the damage that I take.
Yeah. So would you?
So instead of 6, I'll take 2.
But you don't take it because your armor is 4.
That's right. Boom, boom.
So your body goes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a cool energy thing. Whatever.
Good tank boy.
Yeah.
Everyone else got hit.
I tiered Hector's
thank
character
you.
up.
I'm just doing the math because it is still more. My effort costs more right now. So 6 goes down to 4 for me. I spent a level of effort, which costs me.
Wait. Why does your effort cost more? Because the impairment?
That's being
Impaired.
impaired actually means, and I was wrong about what tough and nail.
Oh,
It does
okay.
make this easier.
Okay.
It reduces, like, I'm better at things when I'm
Okay.
roughed up.
Pissed.
But,
Okay.
okay, so 6 goes to 4. 4 goes to 3, but it will cost 4 points. My edge soaks that, and I can take 3 down to 2 if I spend another 3 points, and I've got a little more edge. So it will take from 6 to 4, and I need a 6 or higher. Sorry, I had to do that out loud.
That's okay.
Carry the 1.
I need a 6 or higher, or I'm in a lot of trouble again. No, it's a 4. No. So I
XP.
take. What?
Boom.
Reroll it.
XP.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Roll better.
It's a 6. It's exactly a 6.
Why do we all keep almost dying?
Yes.
4/5/0 is my pool right now. We're doing great.
0.
It's fine.
But I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
at
fine.
107. I'm about to do a recovery. I got some ideas though. I got some ideas.
Sorry, thank you. Okay, that was
21,
the
'cause I
the
haven't used it
wave of energy,
yet.
and that's
Okay.
what happens. I dodged.
So that was his turn. I already used mine.
That was a gym intrusion.
Oh,
So
oh.
the wave of energy, as it cascades over everybody, there's a moment where you see Kylan on the other end as he drops down to all fours for a second. Your finger's still up his nose, and then he looks back at you, Kylan or Anton. And he just goes, "Destroy the device, Anton. Destroy the device.
What device? What?
Gateway. Destroy the gateway." And then he grits his teeth at you again and grabs hold of your hand, almost like something has reasserted its control. And he wraps his hands around you.
We've got to destroy the device, everybody.
Luma,
Yeah.
for a split second,
I
you saw Kylan cross.
I know. I was literally over here going, oh God, he's still in there.
And what's horrifying is if you remember back to the early days when you started learning about the clones, you learned that these clones were bred to be vessels for
Yeah.
Fletcher Krause,
And none more than Kylan.
and none more than the Kylan line. This is the fate that was meant to befall him. And whatever reason, the timeline got accelerated. So it's difficult to say if the Kylan Krause who was starting to turn around was in fact trying to turn around. But what you know for a fact is you're getting a snapshot at what the other clones have had to go through, what KP escaped from, and very likely what was waiting for the woman that was once known as Oniko.
Yeah. And now my
The
fingers are up his
desperation in
nose.
his eyes as he stares at you will haunt you
Well, I mean, yeah, if I live, yeah.
if you live.
If we make it out of this.
Yes. But then
Otherwise,
again,
we'll just haunt.
anybody? Desperation. All right, so
It would be Oreo.
it would be Oya's turn.
Oya. Can I
You
recover?
sacrificed that
Thank
turn,
you.
so now
Can
it
I get a
is.
recovery roll at least?
No, that'll have to be next turn.
Okay.
You threw, yeah.
Now
Next
is
is
it
Anton.
Anton?
Uh-huh.
My turn.
You.
Yep.
Okay. I want to keep poking the brain.
Okay. Go ahead and
I'm gonna make them bladed weapons,
Yeah.
and I want to.
funny. All right, I'll drop his defense down. I'll drop his defense down again. It's a loaded way of saying it, but the truth of the matter is, since you are inside him, the difficulty will drop by 3. So 12, 11, 10, 9. So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay.
Difficulty 9.
And my encouragement.
And
Down to
encouragement. So that's
8.
going to be down 3 more. Is that right?
No, that was
No,
from
no.
Stimulate,
Oh,
which was a
right.
one-off to me.
Right.
It's just one.
The
So I'm
power
at
of
8.
potential future weddings is less
8.
helpful. But
The asset of my suit brings it down to 7. I have something on all attack rolls accuracy, which brings it down to 1.
Okay.
Or brings it down 1. So
6.
that's 6.
All right.
I would say that this it requires a lot of dexterity. So I'll bring that down again to 5.
It's
I
true.
love
You're
how
not actually
every
making a
single
physical
time
attack.
you
You're
do
literally
it,
just
you
wiggling.
keep-
Oh god.
And as I
Literally just
mentioned,
wiggling your fingers in his nose.
I have shaped the end of my fingers into bladed
This is
weapons.
some alien shit.
I'm trained in bladed weapons, so that's down to 4.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Anton got back in time to give Funkost a lobotomy.
That's right.
Oh,
That's what I'm
man.
doing.
A brain. Oh,
That's what it's at.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's good. We'll do that. We can leave it at 4.
make the
Difficulty
roll.
4. 12 or better. Here we go.
13.
oh my god.
How much damage is that?
8 points of damage.
Okay. I'm gonna say
In
that's
his
gonna go
brain.
past his armor.
Because it's inside.
Yeah, that's gonna go past his armor.
Yeah.
Trying to get right
Anton, make a defense check.
Okay.
He is going to immediately counterattack you.
Of course. Defense. Boom. What is the difficulty?
The difficulty is 11.
So that's down to 9. Okay. Is this this is just a defense task, not a speed defense task?
This is a speed defense.
Okay, great. So that's another one. So I'm at 8. Oh boy. All right, time to use some effort. Here we go. All right, bring it down to a 7. I think that's all I can do. Can I?
Okay.
He
can
punches hard.
And if it's difficulty 7, then I
Enables
can't roll because it's at a 21.
And he's gonna auto hit you.
No, I can't do that.
All right, then he hits me.
You're a tanky boy.
So what you all see is actually new, because you see him come up and goes, "Oh!" He's screaming as you're wiggling your fingers, your bladed fingers inside of his nose, and you see him tear his glasses off, and he grabs your hand, and then he just reaches up and pulls you off of him. You watch Anton come loose as he pulls off. Anton, he starts to ball you up, screaming in rage. He just grabs your body and compresses it and just crunches down. You see blood spatter out because the being that is inhabiting Kylan's body doesn't seem to be particularly concerned with how much trauma is happening to the body.
Right.
Blood spatters out all over your suit as he's just screaming in just frenzy.
We'll get it right.
You are going to take 10 points of damage minus your armor.
Okay. So that's 6, but then also I'll roll, because any damage taken, I roll a d6, so that's 1.
So you take a point of damage as he compacts you. Okay. And then
That's good.
then there is a rippling effect as he balls you up, Anton. You feel a wave of sickness rush through you as the Callisto energy inside of you is warped. And for a split second, your body loses its stretchiness, and in that state causes horrific pain as he begins to pull apart a little bit. But there's, for the first time in ages, Anton, you hear popping sounds inside yourself. And he hurls you down the catwalk. You are now impaired for the rest of the battle.
Oh god.
So you were down. You were down. You were down to 1 on the. This is actually impairing you on the damage track.
Yeah.
So you're down to impaired now, which means you can't crit anymore.
Okay.
And so 17, 18s, and 19s are all just +1s.
Yeah.
So you don't get any major or minor effects anymore.
Okay.
And effort is more expensive in a really dangerous way.
And effort costs 1 point more than it normally costs.
Okay.
So As you hit the catwalk and roll, your body begins to reassert its state again. So you're stretchy again. But you haven't felt physical pain like that in a long time. You can tell that he is warped and he manipulated the Callisto energy inside of you. But after he throws you, he stumbles and catches the side of the catwalk to sustain himself. He's having trouble standing. In fact, at that moment, you all realize he's on the ropes. When he hits the side of that grating, he tries to play off like he's okay, like the body is fine. It's not fine. He pulls himself up and just straightens the tie again and begins to stumble forward. And at that moment, you all believe, for a split second, you seeing the apparition of Vunkost behind, like floating behind Kylan as he's walking forward. Just his eyes have left Moonlight and he's just walking towards the portal.
Portal's still.
The portal is still in the middle of closing. The Vunkost on the other side is screaming in rage as the door is closing. That was Anton's action, so it's still you guys' turn.
Luma. It's me. I recover. Nice. Everything I do needs intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 + 5, 11 points back.
Beautiful.
Quick question for recovery rolls. When you are on the damage track, do they automatically move you back up one level? Yeah. Am I no longer impaired?
Yes.
Yes.
That's correct.
When you don't have 0 in the pool, you can also disturb him. So debilitated, 2 points. Not debilitated.
Yes.
There you go.
There's my action. I'm not.
Thank you for not being
Good
dead.
job. Thank you. Yeah. My move action. I will move towards the fork thing.
Okay.
The wishbone.
Easy. You're there. You weren't that far away from it.
Wish I had more actions.
You're looking up at it. Koschy has managed to pull himself up. Koschy's looking rough.
Yeah.
The intellect damage goes right past all of his cybernetics. So he's leaning back up against the railing with some blood coming out of his nose, and his gun is limply in his hand, and he wipes his face as he looks at you and he goes, "Don't remember me like this. I'm very handsome." And he just kind of like rubs the side of his face.
Still the handsomest. Help me break this thing.
Who's after Luma? Hops.
Can I make a recovery roll and move?
You've already had a recovery roll this.
You gotta wait 10 minutes.
You gotta wait 10 minutes. You gotta wait. You've already did a recovery action, so you have to wait a full minute.
It's been like I've been dead. It's been 10 minutes, right? I have no concept of time.
It has been
Minutes.
Cool.
A minute.
Okay.
Where are you moving to?
You
I'm
have
on
10
top
minutes.
of
You gotta wait 10 minutes before you can do the recovery.
I'm gonna see him walking towards the portal, and I wanna get up.
Hops, I'm on top of you.
I'm
No.
pushing. Yeah.
Can I play your intrusion? No.
Luma, or I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I always did the
sorry.
yes. It's the yes at the end.
No. I am pushing you
I'm just
down.
gonna physically block it. I'm not.
No,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna attack him. No.
Oya refuses to let you get
No.
up.
Sorry.
Oya, you're not even in this fight yet, are you? You haven't really.
No.
But you just saved Anton's life and got him back to it.
It's
So
kind of true. You got
No.
us, Anton.
I want to move.
Can I play it? Spin it to stop her from moving?
Yes.
Okay, I'm doing it.
But I have an ability.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Fine, yeah.
I
One
never
more
want to
round.
rob a player of their round.
I'm sorry.
So you can do this.
That's my
but,
choice, whatever
but my
you get.
rule, my rule is for dramatics, I say do this, but you can only do this with Bonnie's consent. So if you say
Yeah.
that Oya, otherwise it's a contest and we're gonna roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, you definitely have more might than I do, right? Is it right now? But
Yeah, you're at 1. Just 1
don't give away my secrets,
and
man.
7 intellect.
But
I
Bonnie,
got
for reals,
armor.
like even with your ability, you still have so low. Like if you buy us more time, we can help you recover and get you some more points.
If it makes you feel any better, you've been MVP. You have taken him down significantly.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout this entire.
No, I
fight.
know that. I was just. All I see is him going to the portal, and I just wanted to kind of just block the way because I can see that they're going to the gate thing.
Right. Well,
I'm
if
just
I remember correctly, you are down to 0 in 2 pools.
No,
How many?
one.
One pool?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can drag yourself.
Well,
You're not gonna be able to stop.
but I'm really fast.
We're happy to drag you.
when you are down, even when you are impaired. Oh
I
yeah,
have
when you're
an
impaired,
idea.
you can move, but
I have an idea. Instead, I'm gonna head towards Moonlight.
that's the same direction as the portal.
Cool.
Moonlight's right by the portal.
Moonlight's right in front of the portal.
So I literally
bad?
am still on top of her though. Do you
Yeah.
push me off?
So that's what I'm saying. So that'll bring us back. She wants to spend a player intrusion.
I want to get to Moonlight.
Do you tell me that? Do you want to
Yes.
play this out? Okay, let's just play it out then.
Okay.
So to get to Moonlight, you're gonna have to pass him.
Even if I'm fast, I can.
Let me put it
move
this
a long
way.
distance. or
It's great that
just-
you're fast.
Yeah.
Hope you're faster than he is.
Oh fuck.
How fast is he?
Yeah.
Well, he's a level 12 villain.
He's been like super scrolling really hard, and I'm not about
But I
it.
also have endurance, so everything is double or halved for me. That's
Makes you fast. Are you faster than
physical
the level?
actions.
Are you faster than the level 12 boss? Is the question. And if you want to find out, that's going to be a roll.
I thought he was about to do a cliffhanger right now. And if you want to find out,
Tune in next season.
break. Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
I do. I want to get to Moonlight.
Then I'm gonna do a GM intrusion.
Do I still get my player intrusion?
If she doesn't consent to letting you push her down, then I'm not gonna make that an auto.
So
You can roll
then
for
she
it.
has
Moonlight's
to-
all by
she has to push
herself.
me off and make it a contest.
We're gonna have to be a
because
contested
I'm
roll.
on top of
All
her.
right,
That's
all right.
fine, but I'm not moving off of you.
I'm
You
sorry. I
have
have
to push me off.
I'm
You have
sorry.
to then, 'cause
All right.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna let you.
Okay.
I don't consent to just letting you go.
Okay.
So
Okay. So,
She's
so the
all
way
by
this
herself.
works is it is a both you roll a d20
okay.
right now. Go ahead and roll a d20. And then if you have any might abilities or anything like that, it adds a +1 to your roll. Whoever rolls the highest gets it.
I mean, I'm specialized in like martial arts and
Nope,
running.
I won't
and
do
stuff. I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 13. Wait, what do you mean might abilities? Just
So if you have like pushing, lifting, athletics, anything like that, that can give you a skill
I
bonus.
have movement, acrobatics, speed,
No.
dexterity.
No, none of that's going to
power.
help. None of that's going to help you physically push somebody back down to the ground.
Okay.
So Hops actually manages to push past you.
I'm sorry.
What the
and
hell, Hops? Where are you going?
Getting to Moonlight.
So you stumble towards. I'm going to enact a GM intrusion.
No,
Whoa.
Then pay for it.
of course.
Okay.
I'm paying right now.
In which case, no GM intrusion.
Yeah.
Kylan sees you stumbling forward. No, we'll rule that the GM intrusion being negated actually happens with Kylan not noticing you at all. He's too focused on the portal. You go stumbling towards. You're going to reach Moonlight this turn. When you get to her, you get to see something that nobody else has been able to see because you're right up in front of her. Moonlight is in very bad shape. About the same shape you're in. She has been draining all of her pools and channeling all of this energy.
Yep.
She's been a focal point for Callisto energy, and you can see from the bloodshot eyes and her clenched teeth and the veins in her forehead and the sweat dripping down that she is going to kill herself to keep this portal from opening.
I'm gonna stand in front of her to make sure that, like, if anything happens, like,
Hops, you're barely able to keep your fit, but you stand there with your staff.
hey, I may be a tier 1, but I still am specialized in martial arts.
All right,
quick.
is that your action then?
Yep, that's my action.
And who's after Hops? What is she doing?
I think if I were a
Sorry,
smart
Olivia.
kid, I'd be doing a recovery roll, but
You're not a smart
Oh yeah, your
kid?
descriptor's smart, isn't it?
it's real smart. How far am I from the
Break in 2 minutes. So from the floor.
This is Impulse
Where I am.
Warrior who
Oh, the
looks for
fork.
trouble.
Fork is about 20 feet away.
Okay.
Yep.
So I heard you say he says to break it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right in
Did we all
between me.
hear that? Where was
Trying to
Yeah,
kill
that's why I ran there. So I head right toward you, and I just want to fly at it and wrench the edge of it up out of the ground and twist it off.
That's going to be a might check.
Is it a lifting test?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
we go.
I finally took skill lifting,
Here we
which
go.
she for some reason never took in this whole game.
Amy, I'm going to tell you, this is a big roll. So I'm going to set, this is, you were attempting to do something that would normally be considered impossible. So
Don't lift with your back, lift with your knees.
difficult, well, she's
Enabled.
flying. Difficulty is going to be 10.
Every physical task someone does, I'm just gonna give out unsolicited advice.
Difficulty 10. All right.
Okay, so it's a difficulty 10. It's a might task, which means it's a 9 right now for being tough as nails. Somehow it's easier because I'm all beat up.
Yep.
Adrenaline. And
Smash.
I have
Goes down to 8 because married.
yeah Does it? Wait, that's a combat task.
No.
Oh,
Am
really?
I fighting it?
No, it doesn't matter. That round is up.
But it is
I
a
didn't
physical
get to-
task.
I didn't have any, and I like to re-encourage everyone because my brain hurts a lot right now.
Yeah, no, stay safe. Okay.
Specialization.
It was a 10. I have 3 strength task power shifts, which makes it 6. And because somebody reallocated her points with her level up and got some really good advice, she finally goddamn specialized in lifting.
Ooh, oh, you?
It's me.
Okay.
I take it down 2 more to 4.
3, because I screamed, lift with your knees.
If
Yeah.
you're counting it, then we're going with
Bad
that.
advice is still advice.
I mean, your back. Lift never mind. Lift your, lift the correct
when you're
way.
flying, you can't really use your knees too well, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true.
So, and effort
that's
is
right,
more
she's
expensive
flying.
than it should be, but I still have edge, so I can at least do 1 for free, and that takes it down to a 2.
So you need to roll a 6 or better.
I need to roll a 6 or better. And all I want in this world is to wrench that goddamn wishbone up, and then ideally later hit him with it. 16.
16.
Cast your fingers slam into the metal. And for a brief second, you remember what it felt like grabbing that dumpster for the very first time, slamming your fingers into it, and the steel obeying you, yielding to you, incapable of stopping you. Nothing has been able to stop you, and you're not going to let this motherfucker stop you now. You tear your hand into this steel. All of you hear the screeching sound as Cass grabs both hands, and you watch, once again, an incredible feat of impossibility come to life as there's a ripping and tearing as you pull this thing down. The moment everyone sees what's happening, there's an ear-shattering no! As Kylan drops to his knees with his hands out like this. And on the other side, echoing, is the sound of Vunkos. You swear you hear 2 voices coming from both sides. And you rip it up.
Cosmic dickhead.
You tear this thing straight up out of its fixture, tearing it up. There's an explosion of sparks. You feel the technology in the room explode and die as electricity begins to fly in every direction. The lights in the room flicker for a second as there's a sudden rumbling sound, and the portal, the last you ever hear of the Prime of Vunkos, screaming as the portal goes and seals. And when that happens, when this thing is torn apart, Oya, you can feel the barriers of reality just go, and you feel it sort of solidify. The portal's been closed, essentially. As the portal closes, your muscles are burning, Cass. They've been pushed far past the capacity you've ever used them before.
Tell
You're
me
holding
again
this
what
thing up.
happens every time.
Just, you see his hands drop down to his knees, and he glances up at you. And the face begins to fall slack for a second. And you hear him say to you, "Make sure the one below dies too, or this will never end." What do you do, Cass?
That was my action, I think. So I stand here.
I'm giving you this.
Oh shit.
Combat just ended.
Oh.
Oh.
Unless you don't take action here. So
Take
we are at a cross point. Kylan has been speaking to you just now.
If we kill it, does he let you go?
I'm dead.
I'm sorry.
He vanishes underneath this as it slams into the catwalk. The catwalk splits and tumbles, falls through space until it crashes violently on the ground below. Screeching of metal comes sliding to a halt. And that is the last you will ever see of Kylan Kraus. There's a breath for a second as you're still hearing the rumbling. You can feel the presence of Callisto energy still active down below. There's one more task to have. When we come back from break, we'll take it. Welcome back, everybody.
We're stress eating.
But
Butts indeed.
Fix his butt.
That's right. we fixed your butt. We saved your butt. We watched your butt get mushed. I know.
Moments ago, you all witnessed the death of Kylan Kraus.
Oh, I was like, me too.
Buried underneath piles of steel, you set him free from the imprisonment of being a slave to the creature known as Vunkos. But the creature that enslaved him still lives, at least for the moment. As you all make your way one level down, everyone taking a deep breath as the elevator is taking everyone down.
Can I do a recovery roll?
It's a 10-minute thing. There's not.
I
gonna
haven't
take-
done mine yet.
I haven't done many.
If you haven't done yours yet, you can do them. You get one action.
ooh, have I
Yep.
done one? No, I don't
you
think I
haven't.
have.
Hops, by the way, even though you were beat to hell, you feel the Callisto energy stabilize inside of you and you return to your tier. You just.
It still counts. I got a 1.
Last year.
Yeah.
It's a surreal moment as all of y'all are descending in this elevator together. It's a bit quiet. The team has been reassembled. And Kosti's in the back just.
Hey, Kosti.
Hello, Anton. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
You look like you normally look.
You too, very handsome.
Thank you, thank you. Going to need to repair a little bit, but
yeah.
it's good. Good fight.
Still deathless?
Still deathless
So far.
since I didn't die. Yeah, exactly. When you all reached, ding, the doors open and you see this lobby area where you see decontamination, like rooms before you enter into the main room where they keep the creature. You see sitting on the couch is Snaps. And he just gets up and he goes, "Hey, glad y'all are alive. Scientists are gone."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Duke is, was stabilized. We got her back to Patel.
I think she might be okay.
What happened to her?
Oh.
She got hurt real bad.
She got hurt.
But she's all right.
She's okay.
We hope
Probably.
so.
She's gonna
We'll,
be
we'll
okay.
know more after Dr. Patel finishes.
She calls herself a tough bitch all the time. I'm just going to take her word for it. I never feel comfortable saying that about her.
Well, you just said it.
Speaking on.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, Antoine's back.
Do you remember Anton?
Yes.
You don't have. It's okay if you don't.
It's okay.
Sorry. You look familiar.
Same.
Well,
We have to take care of the creature that's in that room.
if it's all right, I'd like to come with you. This thing, it kind of did to me what it did to her. And points at Moonlight, who, by the way, has been leaning pretty heavily on Cass. Moonlight looks completely drained. She's pale and in rough shape. What's up?
I know we also have a Florence, but I have that little minor healing ability. Can I do a little patch up?
I'll say you've done the patch up on it. Everyone kind of took stock for a minute.
Okay.
Florence has done what he can, but Florence is out of charges for like healing people at the moment. Plus, Florence has actually taken some significant damage as well. So Florence needs to repower and repair, and then can, yeah.
The way
I
it
give
works
him a
is I
little shot?
declare how many points I want to
Probably
heal, and that's the difficulty of my task. But I'm trained, so it's down by 1. It's an
Okay.
intellect test, so I can't really help with it. So I'm going to try to get her 3 points back
Okay.
in pools.
Yeah.
And I need a 6 or better. And I got a 13.
Okay,
So
okay.
Just a little bit of Band-Aid.
Okay, so we'll say that you're not having to carry her. She is walking next to you now. But you can all see the toll on her. She's going to be in the infirmary for a while. But she has refused to not go with you. She is coming.
I'd like to give. I don't know who needs it the most, and I say this to the group. I have this thing. I pull out a little injection thing. It's an intellect enhancer. It's level 5. It decreases difficulty of intellect rolls by 2 for 1 hour After it wears off, difficulty goes up by 2 for 1 hour.
Right. So
Hey,
it's
I
like
have
coffee.
one of those.
Yeah.
It's like coffee.
This would come in handy if I use it at the beginning of the day.
If anyone wants it,
I think I'm more of a tea guy. But thank you.
So what do y'all do? Who wants it?
who wants it?
Not right now.
I don't know.
We
if
can
I'll
save
need
it.
I might use it because I'm gonna do some intellect stuff.
Use it.
I'm gonna inject
All right.
it.
You immediately feel this surge inside of you as you kind of your senses sharpen a little bit. You become a little more awake, a
That's
little more
one-time
aware.
use, right?
What's that?
One-time use. Okay.
It's a cipher.
All right.
I'm just watching it and I'm like, how does it feel?
Ooh, it feels like 8 cafecitos.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Maybe I will do drugs.
Well, just like put patches on us and like, yeah, let's power up, bitches, let's go.
Then I just look back at the rest of the team and you never know if you're gonna need it. Why the hell not? And I do it to myself with mine then.
Okay. Fuck it.
Good, right?
Fuck it.
Is
What?
it good?
What's been happening with everybody?
So juicy.
I just saw you.
It's been.
It's been a long time,
In a
Ben.
while.
How long?
Hakeem
How long-
Sophia has powers.
Oh yeah, she turns into like a big death
Like
creature.
a super cool, scary skeleton face.
The newscaster?
Yeah, we know a
We're like
celebrity.
friends now.
There's
Yeah.
also chickens in your room.
Why'd
that
you
is
give it away?
What?
I'm horrible at surprises.
We
Did
might
you
all
not
die.
Good point.
A
There's
lot of
chickens in
people
your room.
in LA now have powers because the Callisto 6 energy is floating around the city.
Yeah, how long is this elevator ride? We have to
I was standing in the lobby. You've exited the elevator.
Oh, right. We're not in the elevator.
Through whenever we want.
Girlfriend Nina is on repeat.
Are we in the room with the thing?
I imagine as this conversation is happening, the camera is slowly panned down to Lacey, who's like, "We're on the cusp of the boss fight, guys." Like,
We're seizing our moments.
there's something incredibly normal about this, Lacey, as you're listening to them go back and forth on the cusp of this incredibly dangerous event that you're about to
They all
experience.
just go right back to talking over my head.
But speaking of
just-
seizing the moment, as soon as you're done injecting, I will grab Luma and give you a big old kiss and say, "Yes, someday, maybe." Yes.
Oh, better than the enhancer in every way.
We could have saved a cipher.
It's gonna be big one day.
Such a
One day.
beast.
Yeah.
All right,
Cipher, I hardly know.
Snaps is swaying.
Let's do this.
I started to move. Yeah, go in.
Me too.
You begin
Cobalt is also
to
here
make.
and fine, I'm guessing.
What's that?
Cobalt is also here and just fine, I'm guessing.
Cobalt's here, yes.
Yeah.
Cobalt has been laying low. He's been playing mostly defensive, making sure, like, he was trying to make sure that no physical damage took place to Moonlight, which he was able to do. But the damage to Moonlight was done self-inflicted. So
Yeah.
y'all are starting to do that. It's been used before as a descriptor, but now the surrealness of passing through these doors. Everything you have all been through has built up to this moment. The team is back together. And you are literally walking through to see, essentially, the evil Wizard of Oz. As y'all are walking through these doors that are parts between decontamination. So as y'all enter one of these doors, they seal behind you, and the room fills with this gas that is now kind of inert. It's mostly just oxygen just blasting into this room, as a lot of the power has been shut down to the facility. And then it opens up again, and you walk through these plastic strips, rolling through, kind of pushing them aside, and enter into a very chilled environment. And by chilled, I mean you can see your breath as you enter this room. It is cold, like the core of a computer mainframe. It's kept very cold in here. And then until finally the doors open, quietly, ominously, down this ramp that just goes about 15 feet, and then it levels off at a catwalk. And hanging from the ceiling, hoisted up from the floor, is the 80-foot statuesque creature that is Vunkos. This is a biological being that has been around since the Earth was forming, since life formed on this planet. You are looking at the oldest living thing that has ever existed in this world. And it seems to acknowledge you all as you enter, as its eyes flicker a little bit. It's hung up on all of this technology, bulging bolts and strange like vials coming in and out of its arms, constantly recycling fluid to keep the body going. It's attached to all of this technology. Half of its body disappears down into the machinery. It is an awesome, horrific sight that's akin to an H.R. Geiger painting. And as you all move closer to it, you can feel this low rumble. Oya, as you're stepping into this room, immediately aware that it's aware of you in particular. But the other thing, Oya, is you can feel the strands of all the different realities interconnected and focused here. And it opens up so many answers of how Vunkos has been able to see and witness other realities and how they've succeeded and failed, and how he's been able to kill all of you again and again and again. The access point, where he's able to reach out through the strands of space and time and play them like a harp. That power's been cut loose, but it's not gone so long as this creature exists. You are not, all of you are still in the same danger you were, even though you've defeated the avatar, essentially, of Vunkos. And Vunkos Prime, as it were, the one that has been moving through dimensions and collecting power. This one has been severed from the others. What's up?
I'd like to do something. I'd like to see through time
Okay.
to see
No big deal.
if there is a time or any other reality when this creature was destroyed, and see how it was done. Was it fire? Was it poison? Was it smushed by a bigger thing? Was it buried? Like, what has killed this thing in the past?
Luma comes to a stop. Or, sorry, can keep doing that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because you thought about it too much and now it's just gonna
No,
happen.
it's a thing. Oya, you come to a stop, and everybody notices that Oya has frozen in place. And the glow, as space-time begins to warp, Oya's eyes vanish underneath a pool of purple radiant energy. As you begin to look into time, all around you, you can feel the pulsing of space-time being warped as Oya dives deep. You're looking through time, Oya, it's like gazing at a Rubik's Cube that is bigger than anything the human mind can comprehend. The permutations, it's literally just sifting through and looking for the right colors to find which reality did Vunkos die and what killed Vunkos in that reality. And as you're shifting again and again and again and again and again, the permutations are almost all the same. Vunkos wins, Vunkos wins, Vunkos wins, Vunkos wins, Vunkos kills everything. Vunkos dies and takes everything with them. Vunkos wins, Vunkos, like over and over. You can see the threads connected to the Vunkos in front of you. You can see those threads reaching out to all of these permutations. So it's like news has traveled, all this data of how to succeed, how to ultimately win. And all of it seems to be feeding back.
Okay.
Yeah. Curiously enough, too, one thing occurs to you. I'm going to say this is a moment of insight, so if you're willing to spend 3 intellect points. Something occurs to you. This is space-time. Not all of it necessarily is happening at once. Some of this has happened, some of it is to happen. The permutations you're looking at are what the other realities are waiting for it. It would be incredible, Luma. Oya, god bam. Oya, it would be a moment of great stress and manipulation. But it is entirely possible that not only do you win here, but you could change everything from this focal point and how it's unraveled across the dimensions. You can bring down all of it. And what really sends a tingle up your spine is the fear you feel emanating from Vunkos as you've entered the room. Not of any of them. It always comes back to you. Vunkos is terrified as you have entered the room. The low rumble everyone is hearing is literally the quiet moans of a creature that wants to flee but can't. That can see that its empire of conquest across reality hangs on the thread and knows that you've seen it. And at about that point, all of you watch as coalescing in front of you into an image, you see an image of what must have been the original Fletcher cross. An older man, much more organic, not quite as refined or perfected as Kylan looked. Imperfections, bushy eyebrows, thick head of hair that's been unkempt. He looks like a professor with circular glasses. And you can see from his time period, he must have 1930s, perhaps, standing in front of all of you. His arms folded in a very familiar gesture that you've all seen as he rubs his palms. And for a moment, he just regards you and says, "There are other options, if you are willing to discuss them."
What are you talking about, dude? Are you kidding me?
I am a focal point for realities.
Uh-huh.
Think of what you could do.
Are you trying to bargain with us?
I am defeated. There's no denying that. But I could be a tool if you were willing to use me.
They're laughing because you're already a big tool.
Either it doesn't register or he doesn't find it amusing. He just sits there and rubs his hands and says, "I am connected with everyone, including Ollie's dimension. I could be a gateway. You could see the entire multiverse.
I'm sorry, we're talking to Vunkos still, right?
I am Vunkos.
Yeah, we know how evil you are.
I'm not evil.
Okay. Do you think we're complete idiots?
I do think you are a lesser life form barely worthy of my presence, but fools know.
Then why are you wasting our time? Are you trying to distract us, to stall us?
I can't believe you still use that language, Oya. You know that time is infinite. You can't waste it. I can show you, if you are willing to gaze into it, what time and space really looks like outside the eyes of a human being. I'm at your mercy. But it also means I could be an instrument for you to help others.
I'm not really good with music.
Neither is he. I'm not going anywhere with you. No space-time trips, no mind jumps, nothing.
If you kill me here, I will take this city with me. I will show this world a sea day that it has never seen before. I will break this continent in half. You will be responsible for the deaths of trillions.
Trillions?
Tech check.
What are you checking?
Calling bullshit, like, by what mechanism? Is there anything here that could be...
Basically, a lot of this
harnessed,
tech is
could
very
be-
difficult to understand.
It is very difficult.
As you're sifting through it, I'll give you this much. Even with your mind and your expertise, it's going to take a long time to figure out exactly what some of these things do and how they operate. But there is no evidence to indicate that any of this tech could do what he's claiming he can do.
Cool.
Can we risk that?
It might not be.
Can you tell if interdimensional weirdos are lying?
I can. You see, popping up on your screens, the translation as the corner of your eye catches hand movement, and everyone turns and looks, and you see Moonlight.
Oh.
Lets go of you. She walks up to the face of this old man, and he stares at her, and she signs, "You can't hide from me. I've seen your mind. I know everything.
He's bluffing.
I know right now you are a frightened child. And I know which switch to pull." And you watch his eyes widen. And now, you are going to watch me pull it. And she turns and starts walking over to one of the consoles. And he says, wait. Wait. I am older than the eons. I could show you things you've never dreamed of. Your pathetic species is a mistake. I am responsible for your birth. Killing me is killing your god. And Moonlight says, I'm not religious. Yeah. And reaches over. You see her activate one of the consoles, and it begins to power up.
I grab everyone who's near me's hand as quickly as possible.
And I cast energy protection over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I can do.
It's okay. Don't worry about me.
No, I can get all of you. I just can't get Moonlight or anyone else. 1, 2, 3.
I know,
4,
get
5.
Moonlight instead. I'm good.
Oh yeah. Okay, then Moonlight number 5. And this is specifically against Callisto energy of any form.
Okay. She reaches the final sequence at the computer and she looks at him. And you see his arm, his shoulders roll back. He reaches up and he takes his glasses off. And you hear the low rumbling again from the creature overhead. And Moonlight says, this is for me. And this is for my brother. And hits the switch. One by one, you see those vials of liquid stop draining, stop circulating. One by one, you see ambient light begin to shut down. And you see the manifestation of Fletcher Krause just lower its head as it just... And the light in the eyes of the alien being flickers. And one last time, you hear the low... as the last of its kind, Vunkos, the scorned, skin begins to turn a deep gray, deeper than it had been before, into ash. And the skin begins to crumble, begins to sort of dust itself out of the mechanisms that it's caught in. And then the whole facility, as all the Callisto energy that was powering it shuts down and the facility begins to rumble. And then alarms, a klaxon begins to blare. And Moonlight stumbles forward and this place begins to come apart.
I scoop Moonlight up in one hand and I'm airborne. Where are we going? The fast way or the slow way?
I'm already holding on to you.
Oh yeah, cast the fly now.
You tear open a portal. Where are you headed, Lacey?
Home.
This portal rips open. You can see the exertion on Lacey exceeds what they are capable of. They have gone well beyond and above and beyond of what they were supposed to be able to do. This portal tearing open has a physical effect, and you can see Honey Baby buckle as this happens. The portal tears open, and you see the inside of Blue Dolphin Base.
Run in.
Go.
Everyone starts piling through. Snaps immediately is piling through. One by one, everyone gets through.
I drag you through into a hug.
Honey Babies, you're not. That's right. You're not in Honey Baby anymore.
Yes,
so Honey
I
Baby
am.
stumbles after.
No, they still are.
You still are?
I don't have a.
Okay, then you can't
Did you test
drag.
at the top of the bottom?
You are not going to be able to drag.
I collapse inside
You
Honey
can
Baby
pull.
20.
You can like. Pull.
Yeah, I'm
So it's
using
like a
the
scraping,
momentum of the body.
Right. Scraping through. Screeching noises as Honey Baby is pulling themselves through. You all dash into Blue Dolphin Base. And like it was a dream, Oya, you still feel those interconnected dimensional strings. As you're about to step through the portal, you stop and look back as the body is crumbling. But they're still there.
What?
One by one, it's almost like slow motion. As everyone is running through the portal, you've stopped and you're looking back up. The body is still crumbling.
Oh yeah.
The strands are still there.
I want to. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Can I do a? I want to do that custom time bubble. and speed up the crumble of the body.
You reach your hands out, and the body goes and immediately just boils down to ash. And still there.
I'm out of
It looks like Vunkos has taken these strands of reality and woven them masterfully into the center of their own body. And even though they're gone, they're still connected.
How? Can I sense how they are connected?
It's beyond anything you've seen. It would take a mastery, a refinement of somebody of incredible power to be able to take strands of reality and literally tie them together into knots and anchor other realities. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean bad things, but it definitely means that once this place crumbles, you may lose your chance to ever access this or fix it or use it.
I go back in.
Oya steps back all the way through as everyone rushes out. You're going to have to, if you want to hold the portal open for another round, you have to make another spend.
Just
I don't have it. I fall back into the Oya side.
You fall back into Oya's side?
What?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Honey Baby, seeing this,
Nope.
falls back,
I mean, I was attacked though.
and the portal is going to
couldn't
close
hear me.
behind you.
Okay, bye, you three. Bye.
We need to clarify. Am I coming with?
No, because I was too big for you to physically manipulate.
Okay.
Do I have time to run through?
You have time to look back to see what's happening.
Fuck.
But Snaps
everything?
gets right up to the door when it disappears.
You and Snaps and I all bounce off the wall as after I'm gonna say in Blue Dolphin, like as that thing closes.
Can I hear that from this far away?
Anywhere in the universe.
Okay.
What happened?
What just happened?
Okay, what do we do? How do we get
Oya,
them back?
Oya, what's going on? What'd you do? Where are
You
you?
cannot reach Oya on
Oya!
comms.
Oya,
Cass, I can still hear Lacey. What happened? I
It's-
went to go protect her.
It's dark in here. The lights are all but fading, so the only light that's really shining is from the oculus of Honey Baby's eye and a few of the external lights. But Honey Baby's in rough shape. Wobbles and Honey Baby gets back up and says, "Functioning at 32% capacity, Lacey."
do you have
Thank you,
dark,
Susan.
do you have dark side on your?
I do.
Me too.
Okay. Why?
It's not over.
What do we need to do?
It's not the body. He's just woven these threads between realities. The other ones will always know what happened here, and they'll know how to avoid it, and they'll always win. We have to cut those threads somehow, and this is the best place to do it.
Okay.
I just don't know how. And
Okay.
I'm so exhausted.
Okay. Take a moment. Think about it. You have all the time in the world. And I'm gonna protect you. And from within Honey Baby, I raise my robotic arm over you.
So
Okay.
will I,
Tuck
friend
in.
Oya. The other arm comes up over your head.
I tuck into them.
Breathe. Take a minute. Think. We'll do it together.
Okay.
Team Space Time.
Team Time Tech.
The place is rumbling around you.
Okay.
Up at Blue Dolphin Base, by the way, you were also feeling the tremors.
Okay.
The water outside is sloshing. Blue Dolphin Base is shaking.
Okay.
What are you guys doing? This scene is all y'all.
I am out of intellect. So I'm going to ask for a couple different things to see if I can.
You can spend from other pools if that's your question.
Okay, that was one question. Another question was, is that motivating talk also, and maybe it's been 10 minutes to do a recovery roll?
Why don't we do this?
I think I know what my plan is.
Why don't we do this? It's borrowing a little bit from STA, but I'll say you have all the time in the world. Let's use that as an excuse that you can roll one recovery check.
Yay, okay.
Both of us?
Sure.
Yes.
Amazing.
11.
Yeah. We'll give you guys both a recovery roll.
Thank you.
Enough.
Yeah.
I rolled enough.
Okay, good.
I can get us home.
Can get us back. Okay, all right.
Oh yeah. You don't know if you can unravel this, but you can cut the cords.
Yeah.
You can cut the knot.
I think
If you do, though, it's going to cause this reality to be severed from the others. What the implications of that are, you're not sure. But it definitely means you would not be able to speak to Ollie ever again. It definitely means that this dimension, this reality, this universe would lose its connection to the other multiverses.
before that, I'd like to know if something else might work.
Okay.
Instead of severing the cords, can I basically this Vunkos in this reality basically is connected to the other Vunkoses and it's feeding data.
Was, yes, while
Was.
it's still alive, yeah.
So can I compromise that data and change it?
It's possible.
Brilliant.
Because then if we sever it, then no one else can figure out how to do
Because here's the thing.
So we don't.
I did tell you that you could reverse everything. Mm-hmm. So yes, you could probably corrupt the data.
If you corrupt the data, only he gets corrupted.
Yeah.
And you still keep the blueprint for other Oyas.
Yeah. I want to try to do that then.
It's going to require some. This is going to be hard.
Okay.
And I don't mean difficult necessarily, but this is going to be really taxing on you.
Yeah.
You watch Oya. You lay your hands out for a second, and kind of like that glorious Magneto levitation, you hover up off the ground. Space and time begin to warp around you. With the proximity of these invisible lines, you see Oya headed towards nothing. And then, Lacey, for the first time, much how everyone was amazed by watching tech manifest in the real world, you start seeing the strings of reality appear. And when they are manifesting visually, your brain is processing them into something you can fully understand. So what you see are all these lines of code, this infinite data, this infinite stream of possibility from all these other realities. An infinite number of voices, of stories being told, lives being lived, all of these empires rising and falling, comets, spatial anomalies, planets being made, universes being born and dying, and all of it moving backwards and forwards through time at a whim of these strings. And you get stars in your eyes, realizing how much is out there. How it manifests for you is literally like a poem, like a manifesting of this metaphor of events and feelings and voices of people speaking in alien languages, calling out to their children to come in for dinner, to the eruption of fire from a nuclear explosion here on Earth. Like, you're hearing all of reality as you get closer and closer. And your mind begins to strain, but not as much as it used to. Not as much as it did the first time you reached out and touched infinity. This time, it just feels like you really just need to focus and funnel it. And you watch Oya begin to sort of fade into what becomes a being of purple, brilliant light. Just Oya, in your manifestation, you essentially enter into the same frequency as these spatial reality strings. On the outside, you look like a glowing entity. Probably much the same as perhaps Vunkos may have looked to others traveling through the dimensions. And now you assume a very similar form as you become one with space-time.
Eric, can those of us who are back at the base, now that we have Anton back, I know we spent a lot of time on this, can we meditate and feel her Callisto energy?
You aren't really having to meditate for it.
We just want to send strength to Oya.
You all feel, well, I'll give you this. That when Oya enters into this state, all of you know it's happening.
I mean, I can see it.
It's inexplicable. You can see it, but all of you can feel, and somehow you know exactly what's happening and what she's doing.
Oh, okay. So long story short, Mom and Dad, I'm back. I'm alive. Everything's okay. My friends need me. Thank you for holding it down. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
I know it's silly. Can we all hold hands?
Since you've been imbued with this energy source, there's always been a hint of being aware of each other. You've always had those moments. Even Luma was able to channel a little bit at one time when helping Hops. But right in this moment, as you hold each other's hands, you all feel like you're in the same room together again. Oya, all of them, they're there, but they're not there. You're surrounded by the Callisto Six. The strands of these realities are in front of you. And reaching out, you place your hands on them. Whatever intellect pool you have left vanishes. And whatever speed pool you have left is going to vanish as well. As your body is not prepared for the stress it is put under. So you drop to 0 in 2 of your pools. You're aware that your body fails. You can feel it giving out, but it's not painful. You're aware that the energy has just pulsed out and has left your body, and that you are actually coming close to the verge of death, but death isn't frightening anymore. Death is absolutely as natural as the air that's blowing through the trees on a faraway world 60 billion light years from here. On the edges of the universe. There's nothing to be afraid of. And as you put your hand on top of these threads, Ollie's hand gently lays down on top of yours. And you see Ollie looking at you. And then another Oya. And another. And another. As they all begin to converge in one place. All of them, all the yous looking back at you. And with each eye line, you see the same insecurities being bled away. The same lives, wondering like, what have they gone through in their lives? What was childhood like? As you're seeing everyone, the experiences, whatever experiences, reality you ran into, you see the familiar face and a oneness as all of you begin to form into the same entity. And you, all of you, there's this pulse, like a sound vibration, like someone hitting a piano string with a metal cord, just bing, and it pulses out on all of the strings of reality. Each one telling those realities exactly what Vunkost doesn't need to hear. The corruption of the data is in truth a beacon of hope.
Vunkos will not win. Vunkos does not win. Just versions of that over and over and over.
All of these permutations.
Will fail. Vunkos is vanquished. Vunkos is dead. Vunkos.
All of those permutations that you saw being manipulated.
Yeah.
You watching them, the color shifting, as your purple light just shatters, splashes across the galaxy of realities in front of you, and you watch as the influences of Vunkost, that sickly green light that seemed to appear everywhere, begins to sort of sputter out, and one by one, it's just like all of these little toxic fireflies vanishing as the realities everywhere. As you playing the God card the way Vunkost did, you wipe the board. Everything that Vunkost did, all the pain that was caused, all the corruption, all using the Callisto, the radiance, to accomplish its goals. There's a breath in your ears. For a second, you feel cold wind blowing against the side of your face. And you sit up on a beach. Behind you is Los Angeles.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I reach down. What does the ground feel like?
You scoop up the sand, and the sand seems to have the same glitter effect as the stars that you were sending out into that reality. And in this glimmer of sand, you're watching all of the sea days not happen.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You're watching each and every single time the Callisto energy source was manipulated or warped, it gets sent back. You see visions of the Callisto 6 spanning throughout galaxies and dimensions all across the universe, stopping Vunkost again and again and again. And some of these happening before Vunkost ever has a chance. In some of these realities, you see Vunkost's native race realizing their mistake and making it ripe before anything ever gets there, which results in some spectacular civilizations rising in the galaxy. And in some cases, humanity never existing. You're watching an infinite cascade as your brain tries to process everything that's happened.
Oh, okay.
And then the darkness begins to swallow your world. The ocean water turns black.
What does LA look like?
LA's not there anymore. You see a wall of blackness swarming in around you. It's not frightening, and it doesn't feel malicious. And then you're engulfed. You have to catch Oya because she just falls out of the air. Mm-hmm. Her body collapses right into Honey Baby's arms. Vital signs weak.
Portal up to the upstairs where Aurora is and set her into Aurora.
Okay. You set her into Aurora. This place is coming apart, Lacey.
Yep,
the rooms are starting to fall. All right. You start tearing that hole in reality again. You all know they're coming. It rips open. And Aurora immediately and moves right through the portal, and Oya is slumped in the chair. But doesn't look... Looks like she's resting peacefully. Looks like she has been completely sapped of all of her energy.
Did we feel all that on our end?
Yeah. All of you are aware of what happened. You didn't necessarily experience it the way Oya's mind was experiencing it.
Right.
You were aware of everything that just happened. All of you are. You know this for a fact because when you glance over to Moonlight, she has her hands up to her face and she is crying. Just sobbing from having seen through the eyes of Oya. She's without words. Lacey, what are you doing?
I've portaled through. Gone through.
As the portal closes behind Lacey, it's dead quiet in the room as everyone just looks at each other. Does anybody want a gummy? I still got some of these left.
Oh, Julie, baby.
Oh, yeah. We'll explain everything later.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Oya okay? Are you okay?
She will be. We got her out.
And part 2?
Part 2 was, are you okay?
Do I feel my meat body?
You do, but you don't feel very comfortable. Something's changed in you. It's been coming for a while now. You felt it on the moon. You felt it again shortly after the moon. And this experience, as you're listening to them ask you questions, Lacey, you cannot help but feel something like a caterpillar that's been in the cocoon way too long. So when the question gets asked, it's a genuine feeling of confusion you feel bubble up, not certain how to answer it.
I'm gonna try to get out of Honey Baby.
Opens up. And about that point, Patel comes into the room and goes, "Did we do it?" Oya, you nod, just... We did it?
I think so.
I'm gonna slip out of Aurora
Okay.
onto the floor and gently nudge Aurora toward Lacey.
Responding immediately, Aurora.
I tuck your hair behind your ear like I used to do when you'd... It's okay.
I love you always. No matter what.
I love you always. You'll look beautiful wherever you are. However you are.
I'm gonna discorporate now.
It occurs to you suddenly as Lacey's body begins to break down in front of all of you that what you just witnessed was a goodbye, because Lacey's body begins to de-resolve right in front of you. Like it becomes a stream of data, one pixel after the other. Lacey's body begins to just pixelize and disintegrate in front of all of you. Your body, already on the verge of breaking down from all of the travel through space and all of the constant venturing into the technological world, finally begins to assume its evolved form. And Lacey, you begin to feel that familiar detachment of your body as you leave behind and into a world of logic and exploration and reason and something so much more than where you were before. It takes a few moments. Moonlight takes a step forward and stands next to all of you as you watch Lacey slowly vanish in front of all of you. Each of you aware of what's happening. Each of you aware that Lacey has achieved a state that is no longer capable of sustaining their body. And for the first time in human history, you watch someone become a living stream of conscious data before vanishing before your very eyes.
Fuck up something someone can't touch, punk rebel.
In your comms, you hear. Okay. Hi, Luma. You should see your face right now. On your tablet. Hops,
What?
will you ever get some good tech?
I'm sorry.
Snaps goes,
Lacey.
oh, that's going to be a privacy concern.
I was always a privacy concern.
You were always a privacy concern.
Lazy. You feel so at peace.
Emily's here. But also over there.
You're... So that's an answer? You're okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pizza's on its way.
So,
Amotu said there were aliens in space, right?
Yeah.
Gonna go see them?
I'll be back soon.
You're going to space?
No, I'll leave part of me here. Another part of me will stay there. I can go anywhere. I can do it.
I want to go to space.
Lacey-
We have.
Again.
I think Lacey is God now.
well, don't
Maybe
say that
two.
out loud.
Just give me an idea.
Yeah.
Meet any cool ones? Tell them we say hi. Wait, what did... Are you... You're... What happened?
We did it, right? That's it. We did it. I mean,
There were so many of you.
You
I
saw
could
them?
feel... No, just felt them.
Yeah. And we're all safe. Every version of us. No more Vuncos.
I need a drink.
Patel just goes, I need a plane ticket. She immediately
Must
turns.
have already had one. Wait, how's... Never mind. How's Duke? Yeah, I want to... Yeah.
Duke's fine. She's got a mouth on her. And Patel rounds the corner.
You'll like her.
I wonder what the world is like now.
Did Did ours change? Because we're still...
Yeah, we still have powers. I want to check.
Did Cena know what happened? I'm so... News.
Yeah, check the
TVs.
news.
Right, we have to
Sophia.
press buttons now. Oh, right, no. Thanks, Lee.
Yeah, the screen pops up, and you see the latest results from the last Mag Ball match.
Cool.
And also streaming across the bottom of the screen is information about the reset trimmer. Not a problem. Maybe a 6 point, which was pretty high, lasted about 20, 30 seconds before subsiding. Seismologists don't think this is anything to be worried about. There's no further seismic activity that they're concerned about coming up in the future. You do see coming up a special report from Hakeem Sophia later tonight. And really, the strangest thing about looking at the television is you're looking at these channels and flipping through. All of you just completely depleted from the emotional and physical taxing of everything that's happened in the past 6 hours. And somehow it's so sweet to see how mundane and normal everything is on television. People arguing about the stupidest things and talking about the most idiotic issues.
Oh, that seems nice.
Chewing over things that are pretty straightforward. Apparently, there's a big concern that expanding a park in downtown LA is just going to cause more noise for certain residences, even though those residences have long since had soundproofed buildings. And just one by one, it's all LA. The world of 2120, the way it was before you guys went to that crazy career expo. Before most of you even met. This city, as you're watching the news, realizing that there's no lurking cosmic threat or some kind of horrible conspiracy building up against you. For the first time ever, you look out over Los Angeles on these airwaves and you see the city you remember. A city that wouldn't be here right now were it not for you all. Billions of people going about their lives. The airways are flying with flying cars, which they're now allowed to do, thanks to the passage of Measure Z. You're seeing a lot of mundane stories of people trying to rework the healthcare system because so many people were dependent on corporate LA. You, of course, see the same discouraging message of all the legal power corporate LA is being able to bring to bear to fight for its rights. That'll probably last a decade. And the news reports coming in from across the world, flipping through the channels, things that are going on in Germany and London, things that are going on in North Africa, and things that are going on in Australia. You are just getting a glimpse of the world that no one knows was about to vanish. Except you guys. It's a soft, quiet victory. As you all kind of look at what you've won.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
As we're flipping through the news, is there anything on any like particular hillside that wasn't there before?
Which hillside?
An empty stretch, a weird little grassy stretch just halfway between Baldwin Islands and Raft City.
You kind of glance a little over to the left and flip through, and there's a little bit of anxiety at first because you don't think you're seeing it until you go back one channel. It's just some of the more local Los Angeles news that's coming up. Yes.
Radio tower?
And on what had been a sterile abandoned warehouse side is a glowing luminescent moth. It turns out Uncle Charlie knows some people who know some people who know some people. And someone wants to meet you. And Cobalt helped. I don't know. They said it was complicated and there were channels and
I
Kind
dip
of
you.
helped. It was mostly Charlie.
I dip you and kiss you. I got 2 more shout-outs. And this was personalized. I'm just saying this while my mouth's still on you. Just a
We're talking we kiss like the comic book characters we are.
Yeah.
There are somehow speech bubbles still.
There's still speech bubbles happening.
It turns out like weird puppet art and weird street art are like
It makes sense. When did you do this?
Yeah, seriously.
We were out of time. I stopped listening.
So, we have now entered our epilogue. So I'd like to hear from all of you here in real time in game. I'd like to hear what the next few weeks have been like for you as you all try to return to normal life, as you all attempt to reconnect with each other. Do you stay? Lacey feels the call of a big universe. Barely able to. Lacey's feeling a call far beyond the realities of all the information networking that's flowing through this planet. By the way, the hackers in the dark have responded. You've become a legend.
Yeah, what was the bottle message?
You've become something of a folk tale, like Santa Claus. But everyone's talking about, oh no, there really is
A glow in the dark.
Yeah. There really is an entity out there that just flows through the information and sees and watches and protects people.
And occasionally trolls the rich. Often.
So why don't we go around the table? Because I, as your GM, but also as an audience member of watching you guys play these characters, I would love to know what you see the next few weeks being like for your characters and what y'all do with each other together or what you go off and do. I'll start by saying that Dr. Patel books a flight home. And about 4 days after she leaves, all of you receive an image of her and her wife holding their baby girl with the Colorado mountains in the background. Her wife is burying her head in her neck, and they're squeezing this giggling girl in front of her who has a clown nose on her face. And Patel is smiling at the picture, and the expression on her face, you can tell she's looking at all of you. And at the bottom of the message, in the body of the message, it just says, thanks. Snaps makes the decision, I don't really know where to go, but I don't know. I was thinking I'd hang here if that's all right. This is the only place that I remember constantly, so. Duke doesn't have any of the piss taken out of her. She starts a lot of the next days that she's recuperating, she starts talking a lot about how if she had just gotten one punch in, the fight would have been different. But she softens considerably, particularly around Luma. She shows you a side of herself that is a lot more vulnerable and a little awkward. But she doesn't want to stay. She wants to go live up topside, maybe find herself a place, maybe join or perhaps even teach in a gym. Or, fuck it, become a vigilante. Which Snaps tries to talk her out of, but she doesn't seem too convinced. Kotschi just is not there one day. He's just not there.
Typical.
Which doesn't have a huge effect because you know that guy will pop up again.
Yeah, we'll see.
And Cobalt, of course, you all get a phone call a couple of days later from Cobalt going, so, how do I'm not sure how to say this. You and I might be becoming related at some point. If things keep going this way. Like second, third. Don't ask me how it happened.
Wait,
it
what?
was
Old man Kylan and Uncle
Kylan, Katie, and
I was supposed to
Charlie.
keep this under wraps, but it would appear that that they both have a thing for fine art, and that started conversations, and those conversations kept going. Kylan Prime
KP and Charlie.
and Uncle Charlie. Who knew? But they seemed to hit it off. So, hey.
All right.
We give him so much shit about marrying into the bourgeoisie.
So let's Moonlight and Sal are inseparable. That's just not wherever Sal is, she is, and vice versa. Moonlight continues to go to her meetings, and continues to build something of a reputation for being a teacher at some of these meetings. And then she starts teaching ASL classes for people who do not want to rely upon their ocular lenses to translate. Which turns out to be something of an exciting thing to bring back, because there are some people that get interested. And so one by one, the people that you've all come to know over this time period, you notice that each of them go off to try to find some normalcy for once. But none of them wander away from you. They've planted their flag. They've decided who their family is. But all of them start to do these ridiculous mundane things that seemed silly before. Now, having said all that, let's start on this side of the table.
The first few days back where everyone is, I guess, back to normal is really awkward, especially around Anton, because I don't know how to express about how much of losing him hurt me. And then finally one day I just grab him and go, "Don't you ever disappear into an interdimensional portal again, okay?" Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
I imagine this happening at 2:30 in the morning. The door to your room opens and you were just jostled awake from your bed.
I dodged a chicken because they're still in here.
Pops, listen to me.
What?
Told you he'd like it.
Nothing in this world is set, but I can guarantee you right now, I'm not gonna get lost in another interdimensional portal. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Hey, look at me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And don't you ever push me through a portal again either. That was not cool.
Again.
Okay.
I promise you
Okay.
that's not gonna happen, okay?
Cool.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
No, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna
you should
try
go
that.
get something to eat. Go get something to eat.
Okay.
Okay? But thank you for telling me how you feel.
You're welcome.
And again, I'm really sorry.
Just don't do that again, okay?
You were gone for 5 seconds, but I also miss you a lot, too.
Okay, yeah. 5 seconds though. That was a long time for me, okay?
I
And
know,
I
it
freaked
was
your
my-
dad
I know.
out. Okay, so
I know, it's okay.
I still haven't.
Everything's okay.
I know you sent a message and stuff, and okay. You should probably send him some flowers or something from me, saying hey, sorry about the whole your son's not alive or gone or whatever, because you're good now, and they're probably gonna wanna
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
good talk.
All right. Okay.
Here's a chicken, and
Why?
I don't know, they like your room now. I don't know why. Cool.
Okay. I'll see you in the
Again,
morning.
never again.
Never again.
Okay.
Love you too.
Go back
Bye.
to bed.
Okay.
Jeez. Oh, and I have books for you to return. I borrowed some books. They're really good. Okay. That was just that. I also later go and especially now that Lacey's I don't know, some interdimensional being go and get some technology installed. Just some basic stuff.
Okay.
Just
You-
some basic
Just
stuff.
email. Just email.
You get the glasses. You decide to start with the glasses.
I'll start with the glasses.
And you slide the glasses on and immediately uplinks.
In the exact same frames that I wear, which by the way never had any lenses in them to begin with. I only just wore them to make it seem like I was technology inclined, because I would take bets down in the underground of like, oh, but we have to do it without our ocular visions, and then I would still win because obviously I'd never used it to begin with. If that made sense. Anyway, yep, I got some. It's weird. So I got that installed. That was cool. And then I told my ma that I would play a couple games with her if she agreed to go on a weekend camping trip with me. So we're gonna go camping like we used to.
Your mother
like
is
that.
thrilled by the idea of having an in-house raid partner.
Yeah. I figured. And virtual reality actually is pretty. Once you like get the hang of it, I took a lesson or two from Oya. Like once you get the hang of it, like you can actually use your real skills. And I'm badass in raiding parties. Cause man, you know.
Turns out.
I gotta make sure not to, spark up when I'm wearing the stuff. 'Cause bad.
The day you were all leaving for your camping trip, it'll be the first time that you and your mom have wandered outside of LA together in quite a long time. And as you're packing up the last bit and following her downstairs, you pause at the door, the old black and white photo of your old man standing next to his pickup truck that he used to be a storm chaser in. It was the same photo that they used the night that you met everybody when they brought it up on screen when they were celebrating him. And you see that familiar old smile of his.
I just straighten it a little bit because we're not the best housekeepers. And I look at it and go, I am the storm. And give him a kiss. And walk out the door.
As the door is closing, your mom is shouting down the hall, "Should I have brought bug spray?"
I brought a Zappa!
The door closes. Anton, how about you? Reconnecting with your parents, Hops did tell them that you were lost.
Yeah.
They had filed a police report and everything.
Oh, my bad.
Your arrival is met with your mother and your father breaking down and grabbing hold of you. It's been they seem to be somewhat aware of your extracurricular activities.
Oh yeah, I told him everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, after you give them the parental lowdown, your father doesn't. He's being somebody who works for the corpse. He's always somebody who knows what to say. He doesn't know what to say to you. He's constantly hugging on you and telling you how proud he is. Your life since you got back, catching up on everything you missed, and the retaking of the base, and Hakeem Sophia realizing that she had superpowers and having to be rescued, one by one. It is a lot to process. But at the end of the day, what you have found is that the one thing that's stable that you left behind, especially since you sold off all your stuff and left corporate LA, is all of this.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to get back to having a normal life.
Okay.
So a few weeks go by, and I can't go back to the corporate Los Angeles lifestyle. Even though my parents might be a little bit disappointed, I think they kind of understand. And even if they don't quite understand, I think they're just happy I'm alive. Mm-hmm. So it's always going to be a process of making sure that they're a part of my life and vice versa. I get a job at a yoga studio.
Oh, I'm a student.
So one night, yeah,
I'm really bad.
Oh yeah, you are.
So Anton starts to teach yoga.
Yeah, I'm
Perfect.
cheating, but
I'd
it's
sign up for
easy.
that.
It's easy.
It's the perfect.
What I did with one of my skill level ups.
Of course.
Yeah, me too.
Meditation.
Look what you've done to us.
Meditation.
Look what you did.
It's
So-
a net zero for me, but it's still better than negative one.
It's a different LA, but I'm trying to get back to what feels like home, kind of internally. And one night when I'm leaving, and I'm not even like a manager or anything. I'm just like, okay, I'm done with my shift, and the other person at the studio who's gonna close up, they're like, all right, see you next week, Anton, whatever. I'm walking out. I'm walking home to our base. And as I'm walking down the streets of Los Angeles, I hear an alarm go off. And I run up and I look around a corner and like a bank is being robbed.
Glass shattered and
Full
all
on-
over the street.
Full on glass, full on like
Armored
the
car
ringing,
out
like
front.
people are like, let's go with masks on. And I'm like, oh no, this is crazy. This is insane. As I'm reaching into my bag, I could not have predicted this. This is the craziest thing. I'm trying to get back to having a normal life. I'm just trying to. This is insane. I could get hurt. I could seriously get hurt. I could really get hurt. Okay, hopefully I don't end up on the news. And then I jump
With
in.
one step, you step across the street,
Yeah.
and then freeze frame it on Anton.
Exactly. Dude, yeah, exactly.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah.
That is the perfect. That is because not ever since we started playing this game, never once did I think, wow, there's a scene. We haven't had a scene in this game that's like the scene in the intro where Anton is stopping a bunch of bank robbers with guns.
I just did it.
There it
Bam.
is. I just want that.
Yeah.
I have to ask Cass and Luma because we're trying to run short on time. I have to ask Cass and Luma. Is there a wedding
Oh, someday.
someday?
Yeah.
Someday.
It takes more than a few weeks to plan.
I'm sorry. I said I was an audience member, so I'm like
no,
everybody
no.
else. I'm like,
I said I look forward to proposing sometime in the future. It's not now. This is a much.
let me ask you this:
Yeah.
would you like to meet Moss,
Fuck yes.
or
yes.
would you like that to stay a mystery?
Mustery.
What?
Do you want Moss to stay a mystery, or would you like to meet Moss?
No, fuck it.
Fuck that.
So on the day, one of the nights you take Luma out to, after eating dinner over at the boat and having to deal with Luma's brothers, and Luma's brothers telling this crazy story that's fictional about this magboard race and with this woman named Slaps and after this dinner, you all head out to this area that had been mossed, essentially. And as you are all, you kind of like
Oh my god.
showing Luma this thing. It is gorgeous. It is a piece of street art that is bioluminescent, perfectly crafted. And as you're approaching, you see somebody's doing touch up on one of the sides, squatted down with a hood over their head.
I want to get their attention by glowing the same intensity and color of the grass.
The person stops and they stand up. About 5'4", 5'5", and they set down a mixture of like vials and canisters and set it down, and walks up to you, pulls down the hood, revealing a young woman with short cropped hair and large friendly eyes, the splash of freckles going across her face. And she smiles at you and says, "You're Luma."
Your Moss.
"Hey, what's up?"
Hi.
Shakes your hand and thank you.
Fuck, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You want to help me?
Yeah.
Hands you a can. She winks at you and pulls Luma off to the side. The two of you just watch as your future wife one day, someday.
Make out. I can't wait.
And this young woman, and this young, to those of us who are playing familiar looking woman, begins the treatment up on the wall.
I just start writing out, will you kiss me?
Oh yeah, we have to cut. So it's like, as that's happening, the giggle, Oya, back at Blue Dolphin Base, your meditations have started to manifest differently. They've started to appear more than just meditations. They've started to open up vistas of reality. You've started to make contact with other versions of yourself. And now you can speak to Ollie whenever you want. As everything has come together, you can't help but feel a sense of sadness in that your experiences have made you feel probably a little bit what Lacey must have felt like, where you've kind of grown so much, you feel a little separated from the others. Not necessarily in a way that is removed, but sort of like, the best way to describe it is probably how Doc Strange feels around the Avengers. You definitely feel a sense that you've seen all of reality, and you wish you could get them to see it and experience it the way you have. But what really anchors you is the fact that as you're meditating, you glance up and you see the VR rig about 10 feet away, and that passion, that line of work and how they've intercrossed. As we close out, I would love to hear how Oya spends the next weeks after this experience. What does Oya want and what does she do? You are literally responsible for saving the multiverse.
In my room, I have, actually, I don't really need any tech to do this, probably, at this point. I'd like to find one of those threads. Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah, find one of those threads and follow it to wherever Lacey is. Just to check in on Lacey sometimes, since I have that.
Your eyes roll into the back of your head as you
Tracker.
begin to... And what you see is an expanse of the solar system out in front of you. You don't know where Lacey is, but you do. They're out here. And they're back home. Lacey's consciousness has begun to reach out beyond and is experiencing things outside the realm of earthly perceptions. The way data can transmit across incredible spaces of these gaps across the blackness of space. Lacey is literally traveling to places right now no one has gone before.
Well,
No one has seen.
As they do that, I'm just pinging them to just say hi, so they know I'm doing this. But I'm also just trying to see, and I say in some of my pings to them, I'm gonna come travel with you. I don't know when or how, but I feel it. It's gonna happen.
And suddenly, the smell of cookies
You're always with cookies.
as you turn and look back at the door to your bedroom is a softly painted, scrapped green door with a brass knob that looks particularly old that wasn't there before.
What?
And I open it.
You go over and open it. And as the door swings open, you see the familiar form of your grandmother, who you know is Otu from one of the other realities, folding this apron over. She spots you as you come in and she goes, "Hello, sweetie.
Hi.
I would really love it if you helped me make another batch.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's talk about dimensional folding. I think you're ready. But first, thank you for saving my reality." And she ushers you in as the door slowly closes. And that, at least for now, brings an end to our story of the Callisto 6. You guys, thank you so much for these characters, for everything. Thank you, GNS, for letting us do this. Thank you to our producer, Denise, for letting us go way over time today on this one. It's our finale. So thank you, of course, to Superpunks for tuning in and for the hashtag Callisto6Lives. Hopefully this won't be the last stories we get to see of these characters. Or maybe there's a world where there's more stories to tell of what happens in Los Angeles 2120. Who knows what waits next? But whatever happens next, all that matters is that for the past 3 seasons, we've gotten to play out this story. We've been so blessed to be able to tell stories here at GNS. And we just wanted to personally thank you, everyone who's been watching and supporting the show at home, who has come out to meet us at Gen Con, who's come up to us and told us what the stories have meant to you, what these characters mean to you. They are very much alive because of you, and very much alive because of you guys. I love you all to death. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
So many people made this show what it is. Thank you, everyone who has worked with us, our incredible crew, our incredible behind the
Thank you
scenes.
to Holly. Thank you to, thank you to Joey.
Ryan, Devin, Mike.
Thank you to Cliff, who couldn't be here. Cliff was our first guy.
Thanks to all of you.
Yeah, and
Thanks to Sam and Eric for creating this world for us to play in. Like, wow.
thank you for playing in it. Yeah, this is me and Sam's first go, and I will just say this is not me and Sam's last go. So there are more worlds to be made.
Okay.
Okay.
Flesh world. We've been making that joke literally since the first episode. Thank you so much for coming back, Hector. The family wouldn't have been the same without you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I think I blew my voice out screaming when they said,
Yeah.
Hector, come on out. I went, and I just did it again. So
I can't say thank you enough. We're going to close out just by saying stay tuned for the great GNS programming that's coming up. But we will definitely see you all again. This is not goodbye. You will see us here on the channel, of course. And who knows what could happen next. But definitely stay tuned to GNS because there might be some surprises coming up. Until then, everybody, we love you so much. Stay whimsical.
Tremors felt originated from under corporate Los Angeles at a depth of 17 miles. Speculation is swirling around the event as it was not detected by the QB early warning systems, leading some to think this was not a natural occurrence. Dr. Rand, the CEO of Cassium Genetics, insists that corporate LA is cooperating with the city to get to the bottom of the incident. For some, the incident has triggered fears of another event like C-Day. But as the sun rose over the city of Los Angeles today, a feeling of renewal washed away those fears. For while we have endured the trauma of tragedy in our past, we have also grown beyond our pain. We are more than survivors. We are trailblazers in our own lives. By the bonds we have formed with each other, we have turned enemies into friends. We have learned to heal from loss, to love just not one another, but also our own scars. We have reclaimed our identity, found our voice, learned forgiveness, and taken a stand. This has been not only our story, but yours. Thank you, all of you, for making this city what it is today. This has been Hakeem Sophia. Rest easy, Los Angeles.